Hey, what's up? This is your girl Diamond. I go live every Friday at 7 p.m. A little late today. It's 8 p.m. But I got caught up in some traffic. Today, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you thumbs up if you are an old head, so you don't forget. If you're new here, if you like the conversation as we go on, make sure you thumbs up and engage. Yes, let me give y'all some time to get on in. Hey, Gigi. Hey, Hannah. Hey, Miss Polk. How are you? Let me go get. I want to have some tea to drink before we get started because I've been talking all day. I had a meeting earlier. I recorded a new episode of Chasing Threads today. And I had another meeting after that, and then now I'm about to go live. So I've been talking all day, so I need a little warm liquid on the dolly's throat. Hey, CL. Yeah, we just got done recording at like 4 Central Time. So it was really good. We had a good conversation. I recorded Marsha's Plate episode too, but I had some trade over the other night, and bitch, they towed his fucking car while he was in my house. So by the time we figured out where his car was at, and by the time I'm like, sweetie, you got to figure it out because I'm not driving you nowhere. I'm not, honey. I'm not driving you nowhere. I'm not paying for nothing. I'm not, honey. You got towed, girl. You should have parked in the right spot. We've been dealing with each other for years. Why the fuck how did you not park in the right spot? You ain't never got told before. And so, girl, what you want me to do? I am sleepy. I know it's cold outside and you ain't got no way home, but you not mommy. And I don't want to be inconsiderate, but honey, I'm sleepy. And this is not my problem. No. But I had to wait and stay up for him to. So apparently it wasn't his normal car. His normal car is in the shop, and he had a rental car, and so he had to. The person, I guess, this is another thing. I guess he lived with his mama or whatever, because baby, she was spilling all the tea on the phone, mad about the car getting towed. Because apparently it's her car, her rental car. This is a grown ass man. This ain't somebody like a young dude. This is a grown ass. We the same age. I don't like young boys. So older than me. And so apparently he stayed with his mama, and it was her car. Now I've been in his own car, so I know he has his own car, but I didn't know he stayed with his mama. But she get on the phone and she was like, where the fuck was you at where you getting fucking towed? And he like, that's irrelevant. And she was like, and how much is it gonna cost? So by the time we figured out how much it was gonna cost, it was gonna cost him like $306. I think the total was like $306. And so she was like, nigga, on the phone while I'm sitting here listening, she was like, nigga, the account is withdrawn $14. Where you gonna get this $300 from? I was like, oh, so much tea. Maybe you should have been filling out applications instead of over here trying to suck on Trini cocks. But I enjoyed our time together, but maybe your focus should be on something else. So I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. So I'm hearing all this kind of tea. You can tell he's getting embarrassed, but he can't, he ain't got nowhere to go because she gotta literally come. And he was like, don't worry about that. He was like, I got the money on me. So don't worry about that part. And I have a card at the house. You get what I'm saying? I got a card at the house, and just I need you to get the card and activate it. And it has $600 on it worth of credit. So clearly they are in dire straits. And honey, you done got some cards. You done got, you know what I'm saying, new credit, apply for new credit cards just to keep y'all afloat. I understand. I've been in, when I was younger, living with, taking care of my little brother. I've been in there while we making shit work with how we can make it work. But I also wasn't living with my mom, and I wasn't grown. I was grown, but I wasn't like in my 40s, child. Because he got to be like, we the same age, but I think he a little bit like 2 years older than me, so he got to be like 46 or something. So anyway, I'm like, well, okay, baby. What we about to do? You know how when the train's time for the train to go, you like, all right, so what you about to get into? I was giving all of that energy, like, okay, so what's gonna happen? And so he sees my energy changing, and he was like, oh, she's getting a Uber to the tow place, and so apparently on his phone he has the connection to the Uber, and he gets her a Uber from their house to the tow truck location, the tow storage place, and then once she gets on the way, he called and get close. Because they live on a different side of town. He calls the Uber to pick him up and take him to the thing. Now, I offered to call him an Uber because I was ready for him to get out. I could get, because the tow place is close. It's like a mile away. So I just to get you out of my house so I can go to sleep. I send the Uber. I pay for an Uber to get you on about your business. But by the time we figured out what was going on, child, he had called him an Uber and got him, got him to his car. So because I had to stay up that late, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. So now my fucking sleep schedule is fucking all over the place. And so I didn't get to, we record on Monday. I didn't get to edit it when I wanted to. So it's almost done. Like I just haven't really rendered. I haven't edited the last part. The last part of the show is always Euphoria. So I haven't done the Euphoria part edited, which is always quick because it's just a quick little what's bringing you Euphoria this week. So that's the part I haven't done. So it should be out too. But child, honey, my sleep schedule been off. My brother got me playing back on the internet playing Xbox. So he got me on Arc Raiders. And so I've been playing that. Anybody know who plays that? That gets me, that's a fucking black hole of time suck. Now I'm back playing Elder Scrolls because I used to love that. And now that I've grieved my gay son, I'm I had stopped playing Xbox because I played Xbox with my gay son, and being on the game and not hearing his voice and not talking to him on the game was really fucking triggering to me. Like it just made me think about him all the time. So I couldn't play it no more. So I stopped playing it since 2000. I haven't played since 2022. So now that I've kind of grieved and I'm not in the tender spot of grieving, I can play. And so I've been playing that. I just been doing a lot. It's been doing a lot. And then I've been going to the mall because I had some things. I ordered a dress at Nordstrom's and that finally came. So I went to the mall one day, and then another day, my favorite scent brand, my favorite brand of fragrances, they had a fragrance event, like a in-person event for you to go and mingle with your cocktails and da da da. So I had to go to that yesterday. So I just been doing a lot and good, nothing bad, but a lot of good stuff. So my schedule and time management has been off. Anyway, yeah, what's y'all say? I remember you saying this a few years ago. Yeah, it's crazy. Let me go get some tea. Oh, first of all, I want to show y'all something that I fell in love with while I was in Asia. So Asia people love tea. I never had one of these. So anytime I make tea, it's either like a little. I have a kettle, like a kettle that you put water in, you heat it up, and then I'm usually getting like the tea bags, and I'll have the cup and put the tea bag in there and pour the water in there, and then that's what it was. Um, so that's usually what I usually do. But when I was in Tokyo and when I was in Vietnam, I had some really, really amazing tea experiences, like just with the drinking of tea, like different type of teas. And so I don't know if y'all was watching my stories while I was in Asia, but if you follow me on YouTube, I was putting my food experiences too. And so one of my experiences was going up into the Bana Hills, the Bana Hills where the golden bridges. The Golden Bridge is like a golden bridge, but it has those stone hands that's wrapped around the bridge and big stone sculptures. So I went to that, and they up there is there's a tea house, and I just had some dope ass fucking tea. And so they bring you out this cup. So the cup, their cups look old timey, like old fashioned, like kind of like a tea kettle, but it's like a cup. It's not a tea kettle. It's like it's a cup, but it has this thing in it. So you take the lid off. So I bought me one. Because of that, I bought me one. So this is how it looks. Now theirs look old, but I got mine more modern. So looks like this. Y'all see? The wood handle. I live. So anyway, it's ceramic. So you have the lid, and then you have the steeping thing. So this is a little cup that's inside of it. So you put like a teaspoon of loose leaf tea. So I put my loose leaf tea, but I also put rosebud. So my favorite tea currently is this right here, this Midnight Bloom, which is jasmine and green tea. I love it. Fire, 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 fire. And I'll take that, and then I put some of my rosebud. So I already do this. Can you put that on the stovetop? It's ceramic, so I think if you put it low, yeah, but I don't do that. I have a separate kettle that I do it. I'll leave this in here. So I'll take some rosebuds from blue tea, and I mix it with my jasmine and green tea. So you put it in, and it has this little strainer right here. You see? And so you put your tea in there and you put it in the cup. So let me go get the water. 1 second. Oh shit. I ain't no water in here. That's hot. Oh. I gotta heat it up. It wasn't no water in there. I thought it was already some in there. So it has these. So I have these. It's called Badoon. Let me see if I can find one for y'all. Um, So yes, I love this right here. This is the Badoon Bistro Gooseneck Tea Kettle. So that right there, it's just an electric tea kettle. I love that. It's fire. It has this. I'm about to show it to you. I didn't have no water in there, so I thought I did. I don't know why. I thought it was in there, but it's on Amazon, and it's an electric tea kettle. And what I love about it is it just heats your water up real fast. It's just it takes it takes quicker than my old school one. My old school my old school um my old school tea kettle that I put on the stove, it took too long. And sometimes I got ADHD, so some my brain will be somewhere else by the time I be wanting some tea, and then I put it on the stove, and then by the time I think about the tea again, baby, I'm I'm doing something else, and it's an hour later, and it's fucking cold again. So I don't like that. I need something that's gonna go fast. So the electric one really goes fast. I started using the electric tea kettles in England. They're so good. Right. It's so sickening. I'm like, what? I'm thinking the old school tea kettle was the cast me out, baby. I didn't know it was some electric ones that just work better. Well, faster, better. I don't know. If it's heating the water, so it doesn't matter if it's better or who cares. But it works faster, so faster is better to me. And so I also like the my kettle too. What I love, I use electric one. Yes, my kettle, my one on the stove. What I love about it because of my ADD, it will whistle sometimes. It just takes forever to heat up, but not sometimes. When it gets right, it whistles. So then my brain is like, "Oh, the whistle." If I'm really paying attention, but it just took forever. So the electric kettle does not whistle. It don't do none of that. Hey Raider. Uh nah, it would crack. Yeah, it sounds like it would crack. Yeah, with the cup, yeah, it might crack. It was given. Now it is thick as hell, so I don't know. Maybe. Cause I have a ceramic like little pot that I kind of cook popcorn in that doesn't be cracking on the stove, and it's thick as hell. But I have to, but it also holds fucking heat, and I have to hold it with my little mittens. Because I haven't bought one of them. I bought one and I threw it away because I stopped. I haven't bought one of them popcorn thingies. Um, I bought one and then I threw it away, but I need another one because I just got back into popping popcorn. um, okay, it's ready. Dude. All right. So clearly, this is how it works. So you take the top off, and you have the loose leaf thing in there, and then you just pour it. Just pour it in there. Pour the water. And then and you only need fucking like a tablespoon of the I don't want to overdo it. And then you take the lid and put it back. And you let the fragrance, not the fragrance, the tea steep for, 5, 7, 10 minutes, depending on how strong you want it. And then let me take this and put it back so I don't have to hold it. And you let it just sit. And so while we let that steep, what's up, though, from Detroit? Hey, Detroit. All right, so while we let that sit, what did, here getting ready for a date with my boyfriend at 8. Come on, boyfriend at 8. While we get that, let that steep. There's 2 Detroiters in the chat. Come on, Detroiters. So my favorite fragrance brand is Amouage. So I own 2. Well, not now. I have other ones I'm gonna show y'all. So I own 2 Amouage scents. This is my favorite, Blossom Love. Love it. This is my favorite at this point in my life. It's my favorite fragrance line. My second one used to be my first one used to be Tom Ford. I used to love Tom Ford. Now these, it's just something about these are unique. They smell expensive. They smell unique, expensive, and with fragrances, that's what I want. I want it to not smell like everybody else. I don't want you to smell me and be like, oh, that reminds me of. I don't like that. I want you to be like, what is that? That's different. That's, you smell so good. What is that? That's what I want you to say. I don't want you to say, that smells like blah, 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 blah. That smells like blah, blah, blah. I don't like that. So this is I like unique fragrances, unique feminine dark fragrances. So I like things that are like, I love white florals with a little something spicy. I need it to be feminine but dark. I don't want to be too masculine. I don't want it to be. I like a little oud, a woods, a vetiver, but it need to be mixed with something to make you feel like a bad bitch. It needs to be girly, but with a little sophistication. And sometimes that dark can lean to masculine, or unisexy, but that's usually feminine and dark is usually the tea that I go for. So this is my favorite, Blossom Love. My third favorite is Portrayal. Boom. I mean, my second favorite is this Portrayal. Love it. My sickening. My new obsession. My new fragrance from them that I just got yesterday at the fragrance event because it was so sickening. White Diamonds is my favorite scent. Not White Diamonds. It doesn't stink, but it is too popular for me. I hate when motherfuckers, you smell like White Diamonds. And now, because it's so old, you smell like my grandma. No, thank you. I do not want this Trey smelling me and he's giving, and he get Elizabeth Taylor, grandma, granny. No, it's not that White Diamonds stink. It's just too fucking popular. Sometimes scents just get too popular for me. You smell like my granny. My grandma used to wear that. No. So this is my new one, my new obsession, and I love it. There's another one that I want to, but I can't afford it. I could only afford to get this one because these are a little, these are a little grand for my pockets. So I can't, splurge too much, but I could afford one yesterday. And this is called Love Tuberose. Now, I normally don't like tuberose, but this, I like it. It is so good. This smells so good. So this is my new scent that I love. Love it. Now, these might not be, I think everything is affordable to whoever can afford it, but these are a little high. So if you can't deal with these, I'm gonna give you something that's a little bit more reasonable. So I also like, did I bring it over here? Oh, it's over there. So this is a new scent that I like, but it is cheap. It's way more accessible. I got this. Look at this bottle. A bust, baby. Tits and décolletage, baby. I love this. Isn't it cute? This bottle is so cute. So this is, so the head comes off and You just got titties in the fragrance. Oh, neck and leg. Isn't it cute? I love that. So this is from Urban Outfitters. So this is Billie Eilish's collab with them of fragrances. And this is cheap, but it smells so good. It smells so good. This is called Eilish number 2. So Billie Eilish number 2. It's a refillable bottle, is it? I didn't know that. But I love this. This smells so good. Eilish number 2. This smells so good. It is clean. It's feminine. It's fresh. It's not too girly to where it's like it's very Billie Eilish. That's a white woman. a masculine of center white woman. So it got a girl in there. It's a girl, but it's a little sporty. It's a little. It's a little like I know you a dyke girl, even if you ain't admitted it. You giving white dyke, but not to the point where it's super stud white dyke. But it's giving those studs are black. It ain't giving super butch where it's like, oh, you that kind of gay, but it's giving you a little. You gonna have your hair a stem. You gonna have your hair done, but you gonna be in some baggy pants. You get what I'm saying? You love a body in your bob. You feel what I'm saying? But you love a sports bra. It's giving that. It's giving you a girl. You might pump through with some baggy pants and some heels, maybe, but usually it's gonna be a feminine version of a Jordan. Do you see what I'm saying? It's gonna be something a little hard in there, a little rough around the edges, but you still a girl. That's what this is giving. This is giving definitely a girl fragrance, but you eat pussy 2 times a year. Love it. I love it. Let me put some on my watch. Bob bouncing and Tim's on. Right. It's very that. You a girl. You a dyke, but you ain't a touch me not. You lay back and might put your hands in your face while the girl eat you out. You get what I'm saying? You still giving girl. So that's what I like about this one. There's another one that looks like a candy bar that I like from them too. It's cherry and chocolate that I love. Let me see if I can find it. And it's from Urban Outfitters too. They sell it there. Okay, here we go. Yes, this right here. Boom. It looks like a chocolate bar. Like a cute little chocolate bar. You feel what I'm saying? And you take the lid off. Now this smells like tart cherries and chocolate put together, but more on the cherry side, less on the tonka bean side. Like it's like it's like if you had a cherry pie, but it had a layer of chocolate on the bottom. A pillow princess. They like to receive, but they don't. No, not pillow princess. No. This is definitely not a pillow princess. No. I don't. No. I know what a pillow princess is. No, not that. No. This is the other. This is I like to give usually, but I'm not a touch me not. You got to work me into letting you give. It's a little bit more masculine. Pillow princess is too femme and selfish. That's high femme shit. We talking about we talk about something more on the masculine side. So, they giving all the time, but they not a touch me not. You can touch them, but you got to work them into it. That's what that scent gives. But all right, it should be ready now. So let me get my little bowl because I'm going to have to take this little steeping thing out. So, all right. So now your thing is like this. Ooh, don't burn me. It's steeping. You see? And so I wouldn't normally do this. I usually do it in the kitchen, but I have a little bowl right here. So you take it out. This motherfucker be hot. Ooh. It is steaming. And so you take it out. And now you have just a cute ass little cup of tea. And you just let it sit. And I always do this sugar-free lemon if I don't have real lemon. Where it gives me the flavor of lemon, but without the calories of sugar. This look is so Khalees Wonderland era. We love a Khalees. We love a Khalees. We love a Khalees. Isn't she aging so beautifully? She's aging so beautifully. Ooh. So yes, I love it. And then you take the lid and put it back on it. That keeps it hot. So as you sit there, it don't be getting super cold immediately. Oh gosh. You've written the number 2 description. Right. If you don't stop that slurping, I love slurping. If you don't know me by now, you will never know me. Ooh. I love it. So anyway, I told y'all about my shenanigans with the trade getting told. Now, this is the second time that this has happened to me. Not with this boy. Years ago, maybe like 2016, 17, I was having this boy for the first time, child, and he was giving down low, scary ass nigga, do your neighbors know your tea, and all this kind of crazy ass shit. And usually, so he wasn't giving that until he had got here. So if he had gave that before, nigga, block. But he had got here and he was giving all of this weird ass tranny shit. So he comes in, we have our little session. Session was good. It actually was dope. And so what I don't know, because I had sent my mom and gay son, because they was living with me at the time, I had sent them out about their business. Like, honey, I got company. Get out. So my mom and my gay son hit it, and they go to the store. They do something. But by the time, and also I don't be rushing. I don't be trying to rush and get them out so they can come out. So come back in. That's not how I work. However long it takes is however long it takes. So my gay mom and my gay son and my biological mom was outside. When I get done having him, my mom and my gay son is on my porch sitting down, like just chilling. Now I'm like, I wanted y'all to get away from my door, so when I let my trade out, he gone. But they sitting outside on the porch smoking. So when I open the door, they sitting right there, my mama and my gay son. And so he like, oh shit, there are people out there. But I'm also like, nigga, get out. So it was this whole fucking thing where it's like, oh, why are they sitting out there? Can you tell them to leave? No, get out. So it was a whole thing. And so he goes out the door, get to walking, blah, blah, blah. My mom and my gay son come in the house. We sitting there laughing and talking about him being all scary and shit. And and we laughing and talking, and my mama said, "Nigga, we don't give a fuck about you. Nigga, if you like dick, you like dick. Calm down." So we all three of us is kikiing and joking about how ridiculous the trade is. All of a sudden, doop 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 doop. We like, who is coming knocking on the door? Now, I'm also from the hood, bitch. Coming back to the door, also go grab the gun. You get what I'm saying? It's very because you ain't gonna you remember it like that boy did in Detroit, since we got a few Detroits in here. He went in the house with knowingly knowing the trannies and the gays, the punks is in the house, and he go in there and get his dick sucked and then go home and get all shamed and nervous and come back and shoot up and kill everybody in the house. Y'all remember that in Detroit? That court case, that whole court hearing was on the internet. The comeback is never going to be what they think. Meth and meth, the story, everything. You see what I'm saying? Late ass punks. Anyway, but I'm old school, so I always, it's like I put my purse somewhere, all kinds of shit like that. So I'm never underestimating the trade. So when he knocked on the door, I'm like, "Hey, what you want?" And he was like, they done towed my car. And I was like, "Oh, you can't call an Uber?" He was like, "I still need to know where to go. You can't." I was like, "Sweetie, it ain't nothing that I can do for you." And remember, he done played this whole little thing about not wanting to be seen and da da da. So just like you said, you don't want to be seen. Why you back? I have people in my house, baby. You don't want to be seen. Go figure out where you going. The sign is in the front on the gate. It's hanging up on the gate. Look, call that number. They'll figure out. It was raining outside by this time. And honey, that's what it is. Good luck. Are you married? I am not married anymore. I got divorced in 2021 officially. Right. Hey, Randy. So that happened then too. So I ain't never I ain't that's the only time that had happened. So last night and that time is the only time. Well, and then when Brianna Jenkins stayed with me 1 year, this is before she lived in Houston. Brianna came to my house and stayed with me for I think she stayed for the weekend. I think she stayed for the weekend and we was partying. And her car got towed while she was here. But it's all because people didn't park in the right space. Well, she parked in the right space, but she didn't have I don't know what was hers. Did she park in the right space? I can't remember. They be changing the rules sometimes. I think she parked in the wrong space. But yes, that happened to me. I think his name was Delvin. Whose name was Delvin? glad your vacation was awesome. It was awesome. I'm looking forward to my it's not I guess it would be a vacation, but I'm going to for my birthday, I'm going to New Zealand. I always go on a solo trip for my birthday. So I'm going to New Zealand to go to the glowworm caves. And because on my birthday, actually in 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 Sydney, Australia, which is like a hour or two flight, they're having a LGBT Mardi Gras that week. So I'm excited to go there. When you travel alone, it's really, really accessible. You can, especially if you use your credit card. Remember, if you have a credit card, you probably are earning rewards points. Especially like if you earning points, you can go to your account and look at how many points you have earned and get like they can pay for flights or pay for like my whole hotel is going to be free because I'm using my credit card points to pay for the hotel for my birthday. So my whole hotel is free. So all I had to pay for was my ticket there. But even if you, so even one of my tickets was free because I had enough points to pay for my hotel and pay for my ticket because I don't be using my points all the time. Oh, and I don't be using my points on every one of my cards either. So sometimes my card, this card, I have a lot of points. This card, I have a lot of points. So what I used on like this time, which I forgot, I probably got some points on my Capital One that I didn't use. I could have probably bought or got a discount on my ticket with my Capital One points, but I didn't think about it. But I got my whole hotel paid for, so I didn't have to pay for any of that. Well, tech technically, because you get the points by spending, but they build up. You're beautiful. Thank you. And your dresses are beautiful too. They suit your wonderful figure. Thank you. So anyway, make sure y'all thumbs up if y'all are listening. What I wanted to talk about today is how do y'all flirt? Do y'all be flirting with people? Like how do when you like somebody and y'all are engaging, do you flirt? How do you flirt? How does it work? Because recently I was in a social situation and I was talking to this guy and I would in my brain, I wasn't flirting with him at all. Like I wasn't we were talking about relationships, but yeah, I wasn't we were just it was multiple we were all talking about it. It wasn't just me and him. Um and so we were talking about relationships. The whole group was talking about relationships and I'm just talking about men I like, what I like men to do. We all were doing that. It wasn't just me. We all were doing that. And I'm like, I'm not thinking anything of it. Like I'm just kind of going with the flow of the conversation. There is nobody who I think that I'm sexually attracted to in this group. There's cis women in the group, there are men in the group, but I'm not sexually attracted to anybody in the group. So there's nothing here that's like I'm flirting at all. So I'm not really thinking of nothing of it, but I am having deep conversations about what I like because that's what we all are doing. So come the next day, one of the girls, sister of the girls, says something along the lines of, "Oh, he thought that you were flirting with him because he asked me, did I think you were flirting with him?" And I was like, no, I was not flirting with him at all. I'm not attracted to him at all. So what did I say that would make him think that I was flirting? And she said, I didn't think you were flirting either. I think we were all just talking about relationships and um whatever. Nothing was pertaining to him. And I told him that I think he was picking up the wrong signal. He was. And she was like, but he's kind of like that. He's kind of like the type of person that thinks people are flirting with him. But she also said that, but I have to be honest, in the past, when he says that the person is flirting with him, later on, they'll be dating. Like as many times that has happened where I didn't pick it up, but they'll be dating. I was like, oh, but that's not us. That's not us. That's not this situation, baby. And so I was kind of thrown off by it because there was like nothing. Sometimes I'm a person that touches. So like if you're in a circle of people talking, say we're at a dinner table or somewhere at a lounge and we're just kind of talking. So one thing that I don't do no more, I don't like being at places and the music is so loud that we can't talk. I hate that shit. Like I want the music to be low or simple and not loud where we can hear each other talk. I like that. I want to talk. And so if we're in that social setting where we're talking, I'm a person that touches people. Like oh my God, do you think I will put my hands on you, put my hands on your shoulder, but this is anybody and not just men. It's cis girls, trans girls, whoever I'm around, I'll touch, I'll laugh. I'm like, you what? And touch you. I'm a touch person. So socially. So because of that, sometimes men will take my natural interaction and think that it is flirting. That's what I do. Men will think that it's flirting. And I'm like, oh, no. We're just talking. And so I'm out. That's kind of how I do, but I'm doing it to everybody. It's not just I'm doing it to the person. And I would think if I don't know, I don't think I really couldn't see how that could be misinterpreted. Um if I'm doing it, am I flirting with if you're picking it up that I'm flirting with you, am I flirting with everybody? If I'm touching everybody and boy, you're crazy. If I'm touching everybody, am I flirting with everybody? Is that just what it is? Is that what you think it is? So that's kind of the situation that we were in. But I have been in a situation where, and it makes sense if we're alone. Like if it's just us alone, sometimes it makes sense because nobody else is around. But if we're in a group and I'm doing this to everybody, I just feel like you shouldn't be able to get it. I am somebody who I just feel like I don't know how to flirt. I'm not a subtle person. When I am sexually attracted to somebody, my honey, I'm very direct. Honey, my flirting is what's that dick looking like? We ain't gonna let me pull two nuts about you. I'm more direct. When I'm attracted to you and we sitting and I get the vibe that you attracted to me, I'm gonna go in for the kill. I'm gonna go for the jugular. What's up with that dick? You feeling me? I'm feeling you. What's up with that dick, honey? Honey, what's the tea? I ain't know. I'm not good at playing hard to get. First of all, I like being chased, so I'm rarely going to be. Not even rarely. I'm just rarely gonna. I don't. I'm rarely gonna be flirting with somebody. Ooh, I like you, and girl, I don't do all of that. I like to be chased. I like a man to pursue me. And I don't like playing hard to get. If I like you, baby, chase me, but I'm going to be running slow. I'm gonna let you get it, honey. That's just what it is. And so once I see the vibe and you catch up, and I'm like, oh, you got me, you caught me. What's going on? I am gonna be saying, honey, let me see what that dick doing. Is it? Can I touch it? Can I feel it? Let me see. Come here. Let me put my hand on it. Let me see. And hopefully, if we like each other and you like me like that, baby, that dick done swole up a little bit because we done flirted with now we alone, and honey is waking up. So that's the norm. That's what I like. That's the normal shit that I want. That's the normal shit I like. So I rarely do the flirting. So I'm not good at flirting like that. I'm not good at subtleties. And culturally, baby, I'm too autistic to flirt. That's another thing too. I don't think I'm autistic, but I think my ADD be having my brain go different places. So I don't be just thinking about is somebody flirting with me. So most of the time when somebody is flirting with me, if it's not direct, I don't even know you flirting. Especially because I'm somebody who is personable when I'm talking and da 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 da. So most of the time when people be saying that they be flirting with me, I don't be knowing. I'm like, that was you flirting? Girl. Or they think flirting is complimenting me. And I'm not this. I say this as humbly as I can. Now, complimenting me ain't flirting, sweetie. People compliment me all the time. I'm a fly ass bitch. I'm not the most beautiful girl in the world, but I'm pretty and I'm fly. So somebody saying something about my outfit, somebody saying something about me being pretty or attractive. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I'm grateful and thankful, but that happens all the time, honey. So you gotta do a little more than that for me to be like, ooh, I'm noticing. It's kind of like a nigga sending you a message in your inbox talking about, you so beautiful that I would like to get to know you. Okay, that happens to me all the time. Niggas come in my inbox all the time and say that. That don't. And then, honey, then the conversation don't go nowhere. And then a year later, they'll try it again and be like, I tried to holler at you a year ago. Did you? When was this? I sent you a message. What? A million niggas send me a message. I don't think you trying to holler at me. I think you doing what niggas do. Niggas hit me up and say stuff. Like, I love how the dresses fit on your body. Niggas hit me up and say stuff like that all the time. What that person just say? As I see that all the time. I've had that happen. That's pretty normal. That's not something that some random faceless picture that happens. Some scary DL dude. Oh, I don't want people to know that I'm into trans women, so I'm hitting you from my burner account. Oh my God, if I only had a chance. Girl, okay, girl. The life of a thick red bone on the internet. There are some systems that works in my favor. I am a black girl that doesn't date outside of my race, and so there are some systems that work in my favor. So I be having niggas be talking to me. So that don't impress me. That don't make me be like, ooh, I'm gonna remember this. I'm gonna notice this. And niggas think that if they say something like that, that you automatically know what's up. That don't mean nothing to me. That's nothing. So flirting to me, I don't really always notice it, especially in person, because I mean, especially on the internet, because niggas be doing the same type of shit all the time. Right. That don't impress me much. So you got the looks, but have you got the touch? Now don't get me wrong. It's because niggas think they're so clever that no one else ever said it before. Ain't that crazy? I don't understand that. Now in person, I still don't be able to tell all the time, but sometimes I can kind of tell it because I'm also auntie. So I'm usually in my social spaces are usually social justice related. So now sometimes they not. So sometimes I just be at a bar or at a club or a lounge, somewhere like that, at a restaurant, something like that. But my usual social spaces are social justice spaces. So in those spaces, I'm revered in the sense of like longtime activist, auntie, respected, respectable, that kind of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? In that regard. So most dudes who might be attracted to me might also be intimidated by that persona. And I've heard that before where they will tell somebody else that they like me or they're attracted to me and then and for me that is a number one mistake like that will turn me off. So if you have to tell me you like me through somebody else, you're already coming in negative because that's some weak ass man shit. I need a man who is confident and who will chase me. So you coming backdooring and going through somebody else. Well, I like Diamond. You tell her? Can you tell your friend that that kind of weak ass shit? That doesn't turn me on at all. It actually puts you in the negative. So I don't like that. I like a man who can tell me. I don't care. I'm actually turned on by you being nervous. I'm actually turned on by you. If I can physically see you nervous and you still pushing through it to try to holler at me, that gets my blood boiling because that means you really like me. That means you really like me. I make you nervous and you still going with it. I love it. I love that. How do I what does Tamar what does Tamar say? How do I know he likes me if he's not spending his money on me? That's how I feel about a lot of stuff. Like, how do I know you like me if you're not doing for me? If you're not nervous when you talk to me, if your heart doesn't skip a beat when you talk to me, how do I know you like me? I don't know you like me. Diamond, you should try Second Life. You can make a cute Avi all free. What is Second Life? What is that, darling? Also, no glaze, but you have charisma, which can be confused with flirting too. Yeah, I think that that's true too. Just having a personality makes people respond in that kind of way. Kind of like IMVU. I don't even know what IMVU is. Y'all know I'm old. Is this some new shit? Bell Hooks talks about her desexualization because of her academic and elder status. It's a bit mammifying to me. Yes. Yes. That's true. As you get older, you get desexualized. And as you get, especially if you get into spaces, you become like almost like I don't want to say deity, not a deity. That's too much, but almost like a sage. You become a sage quality. And I don't want to say it's mammifying, but I guess that is a good word for it. Um, it's mammifying. I guess that is a good word for it. Yeah. I feel like it's something else too. It's something else. Mammifying. Yeah, I guess that is. Because mammifying is motherly, asexual. Um, yeah, I guess mammifying is a great description. Yeah, that's what it is. Um, yeah, so they won't try to holler at you or they'll think that they don't have a chance. And so, yeah, it'll be like that situation. Kind of like Sims, realistic AI avatar game on PC. I hate PC games. Very nice, realistic virtual world. My homeboy is a VR programmer, and we just reconnected. He's the first dude that I ever hooked up with from New York for free. That I was like, ooh, we should hook up. Because I usually don't like New York boys at all. Because New York men are arrogant and late and tired. So I don't really they like to be chased or think they the shit, and I don't like that. Honey, I have a goddess complex, baby. I am a femdom. I like you to worship me. If you're not worshiping me in my body, get out of my face. If you need your ass kissed and you ain't trying to kiss no ass, no. And so he said I should start doing virtual too. So I'm like, yeah, I'm like, baby, I have a and not a dom personality like I want to beat you. I'm not into pain and beating, and it's not really into dominance, like I'm dominating you. I don't want to dominate no man. But I like that really um I'm trying to think of a character. Oh, y'all know what I like? You know, my favorite fantasy relationship that's not real, but it's what I like. Gomez and Morticia. Like how Gomez treats Morticia, that is so sexy to me. How Gomez on Adam Family treats Morticia, mwah. Like that is the way I want a dude to be. Mm. Where I can just be just in my black and my gowns and just pretty and more, and it's not that Morticia doesn't give him anything back and she just like, yes, worship me. It's he worships me, and I'm the space is so safe from ego that I can freely worship him too. That's what I love about the relationship of Gomez and Morticia Adams, because it's like he's giving her life. You feel what I'm saying? But also she gives him his life too. But you can tell that Gomez loves the fuck out of Morticia. Right. She adores him back. Right. So it's not just I want to be the goddess on the throne and you are at my feet. No, it's not that. It's a reciprocal worship, but he's not scared to do it. He's not scared to be affectionate and kiss and mwah, mwah, and me and more. It's like a mutual, yeah, a mutual worship. That's what I like, and I like to reward that kind of worship with my not my submission. That's not the right word. With my care. I wanna, "Ooh, you worship me, so I wanna care for you. I wanna give my baby a massage. He worships me, so I wanna cook for him. I wanna cook him his favorite meal because, honey, he did all of this stuff this morning that made me, mm, that made me feel like a goddess. So I want to it's not about me submitting to because he's a dominant, strong man. No, it's about he literally treats me like a queen. So I want to treat him like a king. I want to do stuff for him. I want to take care of him. I want to rub his feet. I want to massage his back. I want to, because he did so much this morning for me. He did so much this afternoon for me. Ooh, he did so much. What does Claire say? Now she was being spicy, but to Alvin when she was like, I brought him a cup of, I'm gonna bring him a cup of coffee because he brought me a cup of coffee this morning. That's what relationships is about. It's about give and take. And if you don't get rid of this macho man attitude, ain't nobody gonna ever bring you no cup of coffee anytime, anywhere, any place. That she was being spicy to Elvia, but the way Heath adores her. The way Heathcliff adores her intelligence, adores everything about, and allowed Claire to be strong, to be powerful, to be da da da. It allows Claire to be tender to him instead of having her guard up and not being safe. Da da da. So that Heathcliff and Claire, Gomez, really Gomez, because it's Gomez. He's intentionally trying to um um Heathcliff is kind of still a benevolent patriarch, but silly. I like Gomez because he's more intentionally romantic. Intentionally romantic, and not in a silly way, in a chivalry, knight in shining armor way. Dude was going clean in. Iconic scene. Yeah, she was. I lived. Um, so that's what I like. That's what I live for. So yeah, I went down a rant. Claire Huxtable was always black femme dom coded to me. Yeah, that's what it is. I like it to be that. So, and as a trans woman, that's really hard to find because your transness and the fetish of it, I think it automatically puts you in a position to where niggas will fetishize you to be dominant. Like this is there. Let me give you an example. So I had this dude in my high school, and I've told this story about him before, but I'm just gonna skip. But basically, he's somebody. His name was Ronnie, and he is somebody who all the girls lived for him. Like all the girls, the cisgender girls lived for him. They were easy to get because he was cute, he was funny, he was charming. So, but there's something about that kind of on a sexual level didn't turn him on. He actually l- one of the reasons why we connected is because I kind of treated him like shit. Like I didn't treat him because I wasn't attracted to him. He wasn't the fine. He was, I could tell that he was cute, but he wasn't my type. I had so many other men on the list that was way cuter to me than him. He wasn't ugly at all. I could see his cute, but you know how like if you had a list of 20 men, 20, like you had to list out who was the finest nigga in school, he wouldn't be one, two, or three. He would be like 23. Or you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't be on the top of the list. So the way I treated him wasn't like I was thirsty because you wasn't somebody I was thirsty for. And for some reason, that made him super, super attracted to me. Like I would treat him like shit, and I would like totally pop his arrogant bubble because he would try to come at me on some I'm that nigga type of shit. And I'm like, okay, not to me, just to other people maybe, but not to me. You're not that nigga to me. And so that turned him on. And if that ain't every rom-com in existence, yeah. And so that's kind of like was kind of like our connection. Why I end up having him was because that kind of the nuance of it. The one of the reasons why I wanted him on my record is because he was a nigga that a lot of the bitches love. I didn't love him, but I know bitches love you. And so I need to have you on my record for my ego. And I'm gonna slut you out. And he lived for that. He lived for being somebody slut because all he could do is slut people out because he was the dude position in other relationships that he had. But in our relationship, he was the slut boy. He was a slut bitch. I'm nutting in your mouth and sending you home. And I ain't done nothing to you. I ain't made you nut. I ain't gave you no head. I ain't gave you no butt. I ain't gave you nothing. I just want you to come over here and I nut in your face and send you home. He likes all that. He likes to be slutted out like that. So that was kind of and so because of, and that was stereotypical. Feminism, yes. Women in men's fields. Women dominating in men's fields. And so, but the problem with trans is a lot of times for me, it's the either or. It's either the dude who wants to dominate you or the dude who wants to be dominated. So it's all about that dominant and submissive dynamic, and that doesn't necessarily turn me on when it's so blatant and obvious. Especially as an older. When I was younger, it was about, I was childish, so my hookups were about prestige and was it feeding my ego. Like I would hook up with niggas like him. I only hooked up with him not because I wanted him, because everybody else wanted him. And it was this thing about chicks thinking that I couldn't pull niggas, like just because you cisgender and I'm trans. Hey, girl, bitch, get out of here. I can pull. I'm not only am I pulling niggas, I can pull niggas that you can't even have because they don't want you. They want me. So it was a childish competition. When I got older, and it was very childish because this is my high school years. Now, once I got older, and you've had hot boys, you've got that need to compete, that childish need to compete, kind of it goes away because it's like once you had a dime ass nigga, you had a dime ass nigga. It's almost like you're proving it to yourself, but once you done proved it to yourself, it's like, girl, what's next? Especially once you get into sex work. Especially once you get into sex work and you learning that, honey, these niggas are fuck anything, child. these niggas is fucking pocket pussies, gloves wrapped in towels wrapped in gloves, child. They just trying to. Once you understand how men really are, that prestige leaves. Honey, these niggas is fucking JD Vance fucking couches. These niggas is fucking couches, towels, humping pillows. Honey, anything that they can put their dick in, they will do it. Girl, you is not special. Once you get older and realize, girl, no, it stopped being prestigious. You stop. I know I did. I don't know about everybody else, but I know I did. I stopped thinking like, ooh, who I was pulling stopped being prestigious. That's the word. It stopped being something that fed my ego, because I'm like, girl, anybody can be pulled. You humble yourself. Niggas will humble you, baby. Oh, niggas will humble you. You think you done pulled this hot piece of trade? And he is hot. You think you done pulled this hot piece of trade, and then you find out he done had the ugliest butch queen. Or he done let your butch, once you leave the school, he done let the butch queen suck his piece, or the brickiest trans girl done pulled on, man. In your younger years, your ego is like, yes, I'm able to pull, and I can pull the hottest of the hot. And then you realize, girl, you're not the only one. The butch queen up in drag, you got all them titties and hips, girl, and the butch queen up in drag to take her pads off every night and put them in the washing machine, maybe. can pull your trade too. Niggas will humble you, baby. The girl with no titties who take natural soybean hormones ain't got near lick a titty and been on them soybean hormones for years. Took your man. Girl, it's very rare. I'm telling y'all know I'm telling the truth. Niggas will humble you. You think you did all of that, girl, and the girls can't pull them, girl. They can pull them. They can pull them, baby. They can pull them. That's why the DL whisperer, girl, they don't need to, you don't need to whisper. They will have everybody. All you got to do is pay attention. The community is too fragile right now. I'm telling the truth. Y'all know I'm telling the truth, baby. I'm telling the truth. That's from trade hood niggas to college niggas to whoever. Anybody can have them, baby. It got to be the right time. Niggas will humble you. Thought you was the light-skinned, thick, red bone, baby. Anybody. The big booty butch queen bent over in the stairwell with your trade. You thought you was that girl? No, you're not. It's just another to the right. Do not think you that only girl. Now, I'm not saying that doesn't exist. I think that there are some dudes that do have a particular flavor that they like, and they stick to that. But that's not the majority. Is it the accessibility child? Is crazy. I think it's multiple things. I think it's accessibility. I think that timing. I'm also somebody who have always thought this. I think that because of me. I think people mess around based on attraction. I think people mess around based on timing. I think people mess around based on circumstances. So, yeah, timing and circumstances and attraction. I think if you meet all that circumstance and the stars align in the perfect way, you can have anybody. I think anybody can be had. Some people are harder than others, but honey, they get locked up and you catch them in the kitchen and you looking right, you might can gobble that meat up. You might can get them, maybe in prison. Maybe the circumstances made it to where they horny and it's right. And it's ready. Or I've been in situations where I've had niggas. It was just I was in the perfect place at the right time, and they were at the peak of horny, and bam, we doing it. We're wearing it out. I've been on that situation. I've been on the end of being the one that got. I remember there's this guy he would come flirt, come after me, and I just did not want to have him. I did not. He was never on my list to have, blah, 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 blah. Baby, I had hooked up with this dude and we ended up getting into it. We didn't hook up because our personalities clashed, but I was hyped about it because he was so fine and I invited him over and because I had met him at the mall. Child, I was so hyped and horny to have him. He was so fine. Oh my God, he was so fine. But he came over there and I don't remember what happened, but basically we got into it. Like he got to being weird. He got to I had to end up putting him out of my house. Nigga, fuck you. Like he started to be real arrogant, like fine niggas be, but you can't play that arrogant card. I can deal with it a little bit because I know you fine, But as soon as it get too much for me, my arrogance flares up. Oh, fuck you, nigga. Bye. And so it was a situation like that where it was giving too much and he had crossed the line. All right, baby, have a great day. Get out. But that don't change that them hormones is going and you horny and you feeling it. Baby, I had put him out my house and I'm like, damn, I had dushed and got all ready and was ready to do all the stuff and all the nasty stuff. And now the whole thing is a bust. So bam, I might as well go get me something to eat. Baby, I walk across the street and go to Rallies and get me something, some seasoned fries and a little burger or something. Cause honey, I ain't been eating all day because baby, I'm not worried about yeah, I'm thinking that I don't want to deal the trade, so I ain't ate. So now fuck it, I'm about to eat. Baby, I go over there, get my little food, and here go this nigga that always try to holler at me, and I plus him to the left. But I don't know what was going on that day, but he was looking good and he was flirting. And I'm like, maybe today's your lucky day. And it was. Let me put my stuff in the microwave. Come on through. He met me at the right time. He caught me at the, we had already met. Caught me at the right time. He was looking good. I don't know if he had got a fresh haircut or something, because usually he be looking dusty. He wasn't looking dusty that day. He had got a fresh haircut. Everything was stars aligned for him. And baby, I took him back to the house and rocked his world. The hoe was ready. Now, usually I always regret those moments because it's usually whack. And that was a moment that I regretted because it ended up being whack. Honey, he came in like seconds, 45 seconds. Came too fast. It was late. Usually it was just tired and late. He just came too fast and late and tired. He was too excited. Oh, child. Late. So because it was late, I never had him again, even though he tried for years after that. But because it was late and I regretted it, I shouldn't have had his ass anyway. It was a whole other thing. I was like 17, 18, I think. And girl, I was annoyed. That's your fault, Diamond. He wasn't expecting that. Child, what was he expecting? It to be trash or what was it? I don't like that. A tax write-off. Right. So, sometimes the stars align and it just work out perfectly. It just worked out perfectly. I'm trying to think of somebody. Oh, I told y'all this story. Even this dude I went to college with named Brendan. That the stars aligned with him. I had came into the dorm, the girls' dorm, and he was there with this badass bitch named Sharita. And she called me over there, and I was looking fly. The stars aligned. I was looking sickening, and she was sitting there with him, and I was looking at both of them together. And I was like, you know how you see two motherfuckers, and both of them are so fine that you look at them and be like, oh, that's why they together. They both fine ass motherfuckers. It's very rare that I see somebody who matches another motherfucker's beauty. Like you just as sickening as him. That's how Sharita was. She was just as sickening as him. Like he fine and she fine. So you knew them talking to each other. It was like, oh, this is perfect. Of course y'all connect because both of y'all hoes, bitch, she fine. She got a badass body. She got a pretty ass face. She got, this is what I would say back then, not now. But she got good hair. She got all the shit. She red. She got all the shit Southern niggas like. And he from fucking Quitman, Mississippi. Country ass nigga. And she a red bone from New Orleans, looking Creole, curly hair, mug sitting on fucking 10, body sitting on 10. And she in, you know what I'm saying? We 18, 19, 20s, ain't had no babies, everything sitting up right, perky, tight, da-da-da. Bitch, she a badass bitch. And undeniably bad. And I'm like, and then here he is, his ass is fine, body, muscles, dick. I ain't seen the dick yet, but he does have a dick. A big one. Freshly groomed, always smell good, always look good. He fine, dime piece. She a dime piece. So seeing them together, I'm like, oh my God, of course they work. And so she tells me to come here, and I come over there and I'm talking, and she's being nice and blah 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 blah. Now, I'm young, so I don't know life. But this is a moment where fish is being fish. The only reason why she had me come over there because I am the tranny. I am the tranny of the school, and ooh, ooh, look at the it. Come look at the it. Come here, it. Come here. So I can show the it to my guy friend. It was a moment that as a young person I hadn't clocked yet. I hadn't clocked, or I had learned this lesson, but I hadn't learned the lesson of not, what's the lesson? Not, I know bitches was like this, but because she was nice and a bad bitch, I'm just allowing it. I hadn't, because I knew being in her orbit gave me access to things. If that makes sense. Being in her orbit, it was very Regina George about it. But she wasn't a mean girl, so I don't want it to be she was never rude to me. But now, on hindsight, I can look at it and see that she was basically showing me off in a pet kind of way. Oh, that's my friend. Come here. I know her. Come here. Come here. Come here. So I come over there and she's being nice. She's not being mean. She's talking and da 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 da. But the purpose of me coming over is so she could show me off, show the training off to the boy. And so we have normal conversation, and I go back to what I was doing. But what I found out, this is a perfect storm. I wasn't supposed to come in that dorm because I don't live in the girls' dorm. But I had came over there, and it just was a perfect storm at the exact same time. And what I found out through him later is that in that conversation, when I leave, she tells my tea, not tells my tea because my tea was already out, but the way she tells my tea was beneficial to me in regards to convincing him. So she says she's so pretty like that because she was born a hermaphrodite. Now, I ain't told her that. This is what she said. Ain't no way she's this pretty and she was born just a regular boy. She's pretty like that because she's da 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 da. So when he comes to me, he tells me that he feels like he can hook up with me because if I was born with both sexes, that's God's way of saying cool. And do you think that I was going to dispute that? I was not. Oh, thank you, Sharita, for giving me this way in to have a boy that was so out of my league that I didn't even think that I could have him. I didn't even think that I could have him at all. I didn't think that, like, he was so fine. Like if you ask the girls in the school, like, who is your top three, he may not be their number one, but he's gonna be in their top three. That's how fine he was. He was a different level of fine that I wasn't used to. Like, this is college level grown man fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? This ain't no little boy. This is man. What's the Sierra law? Oh, the Sierra law, the hermaphrodite. um, so that's what it is. So he was that kind of on that level to me. So I'm like, yo, like, oh, it was a life-changing thing. What did he look like? He was brown like Lloyd. He was the color of Lloyd, the singer Lloyd. Um, he looked like, was is it Amari Hardwick, the one to play on Power? He looked like a prettier version of him. He looked like a Yeah, what's his name? Amari Hardwick, the one he play on Power. I don't watch Power to know what character he played, but I think he's the main dude on Power. Um, the Hardwick guy. He played on For Color Girl. He played Janet Jackson's boyfriend that was doing the bending. He played Ghost. Yeah, so Amari Hardwick. Yes, so that's his name. So he looked like him, but a prettier version, like young and pretty. That's the best way I could describe him. He's Floyd's color. Like his colorway is that like really clear, pretty peanut butter brown. Um, he was like bow leg and pigeon toe, so he had a sexy ass walk. And he was bodied because he played football, so he just had a body. He was well groomed. He always smelled good. Body was banging, broad ass fucking chest, arms. Um, yeah, he just looked fucking good. He just was fine as fuck. Just a man, like one of the first, like a man. Like, oh my God, like, oh, we coming to college and the men are here, baby. Well, like in high school, these are teenage boys. There was a couple of them that had high testosterone where they getting beards and shit, but they wasn't fine. But honey, we in college now. And honey, the niggas is fine here. My mama was when I first came to Jackson State, my mama was when we first came to admissions, when I had got accepted and they was like dropping me off at school. Me and my mama was walking down the street. And my mama said, there was this boy. I know him. His name is um God, what's his name? It's Briggs. His last name is Briggs. Oh God, I can't think of what his first name was. But Briggs, this is Briggs. But Briggs, we're walking down Lynch coming to the admissions office. So what we're doing now, we got accepted or whatever. And so now we're coming to do like orientation, like you go and get your assignment for your dorm. You go, like this is the first day of school. Like basically you go get your assignment for shit. And so we just left the dorm, the boys' dorm. So my mom is like, oh, you're gonna be safe here. Da, 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 da. I think it's gonna be cool. And so now we gotta go and get our schedule. Like this is you doing all of that. So we go into the office of the admissions office to where you go to your counselor and she give you the schedule. So when we're coming from the door, we're walking down Lynch and it's in the morning. So everybody ain't up. So it's not like crowded. But he is already in school and honey, he is working out because he was a track dude. And so he is running towards us like a movie, bitch. Like if I ever do a movie about my life, I'm putting this scene in. He is running towards us like a movie with no shirt on and track shorts on. And now he got on the little bikers on so his dick ain't flopping around. But you see the little ball right there, bulge in it, and his body is like, oh, he ain't super buff, but the chest is chesting because he's a track runner. So the chest is doing what chests do, that bounce that a big chest does. And I'm looking at him, and me and my mama look at each other like, he is dark chocolate and fine and got braids to the back. This is early 2000s, so he was giving very D'Angelo vibes, sexy vibes. Baby, he runs past us, and me and my mama, my biological mama, turn around and watch him run away, and we both turn and we walking. My mama say, you ain't gonna get no lesson. You ain't gonna get no lesson in this motherfucker. You ain't gonna learn shit, bitch. It's too many niggas out here. We is cracking up. I'm like, woo, Lord, because it's nothing but the niggas. And the niggas is fine. So we go into the because we keep seeing fine niggas, but this one was just the one. I said, woo, and she was right. That first semester, baby, D, F, D, C, 1A. Grades was all over the place because I was not focused on nothing. That first semester was shitty. Baby, I was all over the place, but it was just a bunch of fine niggas. So Brandon was one of the ones that was like, oh my God, we are in the major leagues, baby. It felt like, in the league of their own, when they had did all the tryouts and then they get to the tryout where you with the other good girls. When Dottie and Kit get there and they're like, oh, all these bitches can play. They play like they just as good as us. We in the major leagues now, baby. We is here. That's what it felt like. I was like, oh, but just like the niggas is fine, the bitches is fine too. The chicks are in their prime. No, let me not be misogynistic. That is not a woman's prime just because she's young. But y'all know what the fuck I mean. The bitches is fine. The bitches is in their age where they got their young girl bodies. They ain't had no babies yet. The body is banging, stomach still flat, ass fat, legs. They had, you know what I'm saying? They in their, it ain't their, I don't like to call it their prime, but they in their early 20s. The body where all the grown men, we know the pervs is fetishizing them now. And we in the South. We got, thank you, Matson. Thank you. We in the South too. That's a whole different breed of women when it come to black women. That's a whole different. This ain't West Coast where the bitches is skinny and barely eating. This ain't the East Coast where they skinny and barely eating. This is the South where there's a different beauty scale when it comes to body. And honey, these bitches got body. Body. Stomach flat. Thighs is black how. Cakes is black how. Waist is buckle. Titties is up. Perky. Sitting. Boom. Skin is clear. Beautiful. And this is college. This ain't the hood. This is college. So a lot of these bitches been taken care of and been taken taken care of well. Jack and Jill hoes. So their hair they've been going to the salon. They've been sitting in the salon with their mamas. So they know how to wrap their hair and do what they need to do to look like a bad bitch. The number 8 hate to see them coming, right? So it's not just the niggas, it's the girls too. You got it. So here you come, the tranny with nobody. Now, mind you, at this point, I ain't been pumped. I ain't got nothing. I done been on moan, so I'm soft and got titties. Not big titties, but mine's still sitting up perky too. But they're not big and voluptuous either. So I'm skinny. I'm just, to myself, I don't feel like I'm nothing. I don't feel like I'm nothing in regards to, if we're talking about the competition, I feel like I am not the competition. I'm a tranny and I ain't got nobody. But what I learned in life is not you not having nobody, but you being the tranny sets you apart from motherfuckers. And honey, I always been pretty, honey. The mug was always there, honey. You ain't ugly. These green and brown eyes, window to the soul. I had pretty teeth. I'm gonna give you a smile, cute little cheeks. I was so I was no ugly motherfucker. The mug had something, it got me through. But I didn't have the body I wanted. I wanted to be Honey Diamond from Players Club, and I was Honey Diamond from motherfucking the corner store from the bodega on the from the bodega on the corner store. Bony, I was skinny. It was I did not live. Let me see. My homegirl got a picture of me when I was in college. I'm gonna show y'all. She posted on my day. Because she has it. Yeah, here she goes. She got it old school. She kept all the good pictures. She kept a camera on her. This is a picture of me in school that you have. This is my homegirl Roslyn. I was skinny as hell. Skinny, hands big, and skinny, looking like a motherfucking. And I used to wear them talon nails, so it made it even worse. Looking like a witch, baby. And then, I was fly. I put that shit on, but this is me sitting on the plaza, in my woman dress. The woman dress is the dress that the woman dress. Y'all done seen it in my woman dress. So I was a little something. I was giving a little something in my Mary J. Blige flip wig. Mary J. Blige, baby. Period. Honey. What other picture did she have of me? Oh, that's only two. So yeah, we was always pumping through, getting our life. The dancery, baby. So I was something I had to realize that difference, you being the trans girl, is gonna automatically get you attention. So even if the bad bitches is in the vicinity, yeah, they bad bitches. They fine, they gonna da-da-da. But they're not the only cisgender bad bitch in the vicinity. So they all looking at all the bad bitches. But when you the tranny and you come in the cafeteria, everybody is paying attention to you. So long as your look is fly, long as you pretty, long as you you snatching the attention. So yes, you got body, she fish, but when you come into the room because you the tranny, everybody gonna be talking about, look at the tranny, look. They not looking at the bad bitch no more. They looking at the tranny. And I didn't realize that when I was younger. I had to get older. I had to go through that to realize that part of you, it's gonna make you popular. It's gonna make people pay attention. And I should have learned that, but because in high school, because even as a butch queen, I didn't have to work to be popular. I was the fucking butch queen. Everybody fucking knew me. Everybody knew the gay boy. The gay boys automatically was popular because we was the gay boys. And that was in junior high. Then when I got to fucking high school, I'm the tranny. And you the tranny. And they wasn't respecting your shit, so they give you the boy that wear girl clothes. It was the whole I didn't realize it, and I should have, but I didn't. I didn't have to work to be popular. Everybody knew who the fuck I was. So I didn't have to but I didn't in school, because you coming into the major leagues. I did feel like very ill-equipped. That's why I was taking the risk and going to get silicone and going laying down to let somebody pump some fucking silicone in me, not knowing anything about that shit. Cause I wanted that life. I wanted that body. I wanted that va 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 voom. I had a mug, so if I could get body, oh, honey, I got the personality. Because if you sit down and talk to me, I'm a woo them boxes off. Them plaid 1990, early 2000 boxes the niggas is wearing off. I'm gonna woo them off for you. I'm gonna get that meat up out that hole. If I can sit, that's one thing about me. I had game. I can sit and talk you about in them draws. If I can be alone with you, oh, don't leave me alone with a nigga. Cause I can I can talk you about them draws. The Haze Whisperer, right? Y'all remember them plaid, the green plaid boxers and the red plaid boxers the niggas used to always, all of them had them. Cause they wasn't getting into the boxer briefs yet. Back into the boxer briefs, because the old niggas was wearing them. But they hadn't got back into them. They was wearing boxers, baby. And baby, if I knew, because I knew this from high school, if I can get you alone, if I can just sit and have a conversation with you, and you get into, and I can get into your psyche. Had the slit on the button. Ha, come on. Came in 3 different colors: the red plaid, the blue plaid, and the green plaid. Yes. So, but I knew if I could just sit and talk to you and be in your vicinity, and that's why I would love if I was in a group project, baby, because we got to meet up after school hours and be at the library alone. Oh, baby, I'm pulling draws. I'm pulling draws. I know I can pull you. All I got to do is be by you, by alone with you. And we got a reason to be alone. You got the excuse of saying, oh, we in a class together. We got a reason to be alone. Oh, honey, I'm the Pied Piper. pull you through. And that's what I live for. That I live for. Let me get along with you. So if I got a body too, that's what my mindset when I was younger, before I got pumped. It was like, oh, I got the mug, I got the personality, I just don't have the body because I was skinny. And so, and like somebody said, like my son said, this was the South. Bodies was bodying. It was bitches who was mugged was hideous, but that body had the niggas talking. I remember this girl, her mug was hideous, but that body was one of the best. That body, how her body was shaped, was like she had the perfect ratio of thigh, the perfect ratio of ass, the small waist, perfect tits where they not too small, they not too big. Everything is just right. And I like a shape that is bottom heavy and not super flat chest, but just a little chest. Not little, but like a B cup. Where it's a titty, but it's not like it's not that. So she had that. She had a figure 8 body. It was just enough tits, just enough ass, just enough thighs. Her legs was pretty. It was sitting up and curved. It just was perfect. Her body was perfect, but that mug was hideous. But then you had Elaine. Elaine had mug, and she was from Detroit. Shout out to Detroit. You had Elaine. Elaine had a body, and she had a fucking mug. So Elaine was. It's just different people. Then you had the J Set girls who they were more athletic, so they had, they had the motherfucking them Tiana Taylor abs, the stomach was flat and the muscles in them because they was, dancers. So they just was fine and bodied. So it was like everybody was bodied in a different way. Then you had the girls who, honey, they were what we call thick. Like it was like at the time we would call them fat, but because the range of what was skinny back then was way people was thinking J-Lo had a big butt. Y'all remember the time we lived through it. So somebody who would be kind of the body that we look at now, like, damn, that's giving BBL. But there's bodies who now people would think they BBLs, but these was natural bodies. That's why I'm like, y'all must ain't been to the South if y'all think bitches don't have bodies like this naturally. There was this girl, her top half was so little, but her bottom half was like huge. And it was all natural because that just was the way her genetics set up. Where her top half was super, like her bottom half was like a fucking 16 and her top half was a small. And it was just huge. And so it made you pay attention to it. Now she was a big girl, but it made you pay attention because it just didn't match. Her top half was so small and her bottom half was huge and wobbly. Um, so, and this is the type of shit that we were up against, child. We were up against that, and I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna get the boys' attention and be a tranny? But I realized that the tranny was was the thing that made me different. It was a thing that made me different. And so it was perfect. Girl, because I won't deal with pregnancy or menopause, do I get to keep my youthful body a bit longer? Now, this is the thing about it. Remember that if you own certain hormones, they will mimic pregnancy. Like if you own progesterone and shit like that, and you get off and on, honey, it can make you gain weight, especially as you get older when your body, when all that shit slows down. So it's almost like I remember I got on Moans and it was cool, da, 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 and then when I got off Moans and went back on it, it almost was like I had two babies, baby, and it gained weight. When I hit, and especially when your body hit that time when your testosterone is going down because you're supposed to have a balance. And so if you're doing your blood work, you understand that you have to have this balance of testosterone and estrogen. And if you have that balance, it's gonna work out if you stay at that balance. But understand that your body is always changing, especially as you get older. So start getting a gym routine and paying attention to your what you eat and all that kind of stuff, and you'll be fine. But yes, if you keep that body, if you keep it tight, you can stay like that. I let myself go because, I like to eat. As I got older, I think I started gaining weight in my late 30s. But that's the beauty of YouTube. You can see when I started to gain weight. In my mid to late 30s, like 35, 36. I'm on estradiol shots, yeah. So I didn't have any issues with estradiol. Estradiol, they just made my titties kind of grow, kinda. I was on estradiol for so long, but when I got on progesterone, that's where it was estrogen and progesterone. That's when my body really saw the positive changes of getting thicker, getting softer. The progesterone for me is really what took me to the next level in regards to my look, because I had been on estrogen for many years. And did it make my titties grow? Yes, but it didn't make my head to toe body. I'm talking about my feet, my hands, my da da da, that kind of layer. Like when you look at a woman's skin like mine, it's everything is soft. Like even look, this shit. not just on my arms, it's all over my body. There's a layer of fat because when your body is hormone balanced like a cis person, if you're a cis woman, it's going to be estrogen dominant. You're going to have testosterone, but it's going to be estrogen dominant. And so it's going to give your body a layer of fat that men don't have. That's why when you see men that when they're skinny and even when they're fat, their body there's a difference in the texture of their skin. And so because I'm on estrogen, my whole body has like a layer of softness. So anywhere you touch me, it feels soft. It's move. It moves and you touch it and it's squeezable. My whole body is soft. Um, and that didn't happen until I got on progesterone. Estradiol, it made me soft a little bit, but it mostly made my titties grow. Um, but don't be but enjoy the slim body while you can. Don't rush it. Long as you on your estrogen, you good. Um, but yeah, I started to when I got on the progesterone, probably when I was like 24, it just like I remember I had got this camera and I took forever to get it developed. And I took it to Walmart and got it developed. And when I got the camera, when I got the pictures back, and this was like a year later, I hadn't seen myself in pictures after the hormones. Bitch, my whole face was different. Everything, it just changed. Like my whole skin, my face, my everything was different after like a year on estradiol. So I mean on progesterone. Now estradiol did something, but it was more about for me. It was I have estradiol was more by itself was more for my titties. My titties was growing because of that. The progesterone that just made my whole body say, "Ooh, woman." My arms got softer, my legs got softer, everything just got supple. That's how it affected me. Um, and it took immediately. Like when I first got on a shot that had estradiol progesterone in it, immediately. I'm talking about took the shot and woke up and I could see differences in my body already. Immediately. I could tell that I was on a different kind of medicine. And it just got better and better over time. So by the time I was on that shit for a year, yeah, I was like, oh, I'm fish, baby. I had got thicker. It's just a whole different vibe. I've been on estradiol for 2 years and I'm over it. I need the progesterone. Yeah, honey, they'll ask them to put you on Primer. Primer is gonna do same thing as it's gonna be a testosterone blocker too, but it's gonna give you that progesterone. Do. Primer or what else was it? It's something else, but yeah. I lived. It was my sickening. I'm finally able to get it after my 2 year mark. Better stock up. They're trying to stop us, trying to take us back to the ice ages where the girls had to be fish natural. um but yes, I wanted body. I did get pumped. Started getting pumped. So I was able to wear tops that had my titties out. Um, Now I was cakey. I wasn't given up and down board. I was cakey and thick. Well, not thick, but it was feminine proportion. I look like a slim girl. But I wanted to give va 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 boom. I wanted to give the what the girls was doing in the XL magazines and the Kings, and that's the kind of fish I wanted to be. But also, there's also what you gotta understand too, which I think I didn't understand it, but sometimes you just don't know shit till you go through it. You gotta understand that. Think about when a cisgender girl starts her period. Okay, that's when she goes through puberty. That's when the estrogen, her natural estrogen, starts. You feel what I'm saying? And so, how long does it take a cisgender girl to get to the body of like wear it out? Like it's like, oh, how long does it take? Do you see what I'm saying? And that takes a couple of years. I remember my little cousin when she started her period. She like 11, but she didn't start having like a body where you like, oh, bitch, you being your body getting like a grown woman until she was like 18. So it took some years for it to build. For where it's like, oh, it wasn't just like, oh my God, boom, they out. No, it took some years to build. And so the same thing is going to happen for you. You stay on your moans, it's going to take some years for the motherfuckers to grow. I do suggest to me, if this is my personal opinion, I think before you get anything done, you should be on moans for like 3 years. I think. See what your body naturally does with the moans. Consistent 3 years, not on and off, consistent 3 years. And once you get there, that's when I think you should decide what different surgeries. Because even some of these bitches if you started early, your mug's so sickening, you don't need all the FFS shit. You don't. Sometimes your mug is already right. Now, if it ain't right, then there's a difference. But say the hormones get you to a level where your mug is passing, you don't need every motherfucking surgery that every surgery made for trans women. Girl, you don't need every fucking thing. I think when you get everything, that's when you start giving that fucking femme queen look. Not saying that that's bad, but when you get every fucking surgery, you get the same nose, the same brow shave, the same jawline shave, the same chin, the same titties. Y'all look like fucking Build-A-Bear bitches. Y'all look exactly the same, but different colors, child. It's starting to look weird. It looks too manufactured. And also, you don't need everything. Sometimes, bitch, your mug, like your jawline ain't hard. So why are you getting a fucking jawline shave? All you fucking need is your fucking brow bone taken out, bitch. That brow bone look manly. Get that bitch taken off. But some of you bitches don't have your brow bone do mammy. It's your jawline. So if you just need your jawline, just get your fucking jawline. Don't go in there and say, I want a whole FFS. I want you to reconstruct my face. Girl, because then you're going to look like a reconstructed fool. Surge out of your mind. Now, if that's the look you want, cool. Okay. Like, when I went to get FFS, my motherfucking, I told him specifically, I don't want no nose job. Don't touch my nose. He was talking about nose jobs and everything. Brow bone, nose job, hairline advancement, jawline, chin, and I was like, baby, no. I want you to touch this brow. Round out that hairline. I done got through with this mug this far. It don't need to be reworked, bitch. And I don't need no nose job. My nose isn't big. It's regular. And this is my mama nose. I want it to look like my mama. I want to still look like my mama's child. So, I'm okay with my nose. So I don't need you to do the work for me. Thank you. And I'm somebody who likes women with an angular jawline. Like, I like people who have a little bit of strongness right here. Not strongness, but an angle. It's not that I don't like it, but that diamond face, I don't like that. I like women with a little bit of, heroin chic. Honey, that J-Lo jawline, that Jada Pinkett Smith jawline. It's a little chisel. And so I don't need you to go in there and crack my jawline to where it look like I ain't got no jawline like this. I don't like that. This is how people, and this is why people be looking exactly like. So this is what they do. They get their jawline done and all of this will be gone. Okay. They're creating a diamond. So hairline coming in, come down, and this is the top of the diamond. The cheek's gonna be pumped and high. So this is the one side of the diamond, and this is another side of the diamond. So this is how they all their face look. And then they get the nose job. Now I look like Cat Black. She be having her her glasses down her nose, make her look like she got a nose job too. So then they get their nose pinched to look like this. So everything is diamond. And so if everybody look like that, who wants to look like who gonna be the girls and not the trannies? Who gonna be the girls? Who gonna be have a look? I want you to how you gonna, if everybody look like that, they're gonna start associating it with they're gonna start associating it with trans. And so you gonna look like a regular ass girl, like a regular ass trans girl. Not saying that trans is a problem. I just talked about that. And this might be old school. If you're trying to look like the bitch, then you want to look like the girls in your family. What does old girl say? The girl from Ballroom, she was like, I can't remember her name because I'm not in the ball scene like that. So what she says, we gotta redefine realness. What she said, we redefine realness. Realness is about being real. Does she look like your sisters? Does she look like your auntie? Does she look like your cousins? Angel Rev, like, yeah. We need a whole different kind of realness. I get that. It makes sense. It's like You don't look like my cousins. You look like a femme queen. and that's beautiful. It's beautiful. But when it starts to be carbon copy, is it fish? And I'm old. I come from an old era, so I'm not saying that you have to worry about the binary. You worry about passing. I'm not saying that. But if you just so happen to be the girl who is worried about that, then how about you keep what you naturally have that's fish and only change? I'm not anti-surgery. I done got everything, bitch. I done got the works. But keep what you naturally have that's already fish. Don't try to redo shit that ain't fish. I want to look like the other pretty cis women in my family, not the femme queen aesthetic. Yes, that's that's what I don't feel like I have I don't feel like I have a femme queen aesthetic. I feel like I look like Diamond. I feel like I look like my mom. I feel like I look like the women in my family. I feel like I don't look like a different person. Let me show you my cousin Jess. Me and my cousin Jess is on different branches of the spectrum of different branches of the women in my family. But you're gonna be able to tell that oh, not her. You're gonna be able to tell that we some kind of kin to each other. This is my cousin Jess. We could be in the same family. We are. We're not far from each other. And not just because we light skinned. Let me show you my cousin that's not light skinned. You can tell we in the same family. She look like Kiki. Hold on, let me see if I can find. Look, this is my cousin Shamise. I'm just showing you the girls that's from a different branch of my family. Uh, different branch, same. We all come from the same great grandmother. Well, the same great grandfather. I'll show you another picture of her. I love Shamise. Shamise is so cute. This is my baby cousin. And she done now when she have her baby honey, she done got thick and fine. Call your fine baby. Put a little mug on. She's just a pretty girl. We come from a line of bad bitches. And then let me see if I can find. This is my other. This is her sister. Let me see if I can find. Let me see. See if I can find. This is where's Jasmine at? This is Jasmine. This is her sister. This is Jasmine. You see, we have all of us have the nose that where you can, when we look straight at you, instead of our nose being like this, where our nostrils is parallel with the floor, all of our nostrils sit up like that, where you can see into our nostrils. When you look parallel at us, you can see into our nostrils. Um, we all have that kind of. I want to see, where is Brianna? Let me see if I can find Brianna. Uh, Let me see if I can find Shakria. Um, Even her. So this is my cousin Brenda. Different branch of the family, but look at our nose. She's in an older generation. Full cheeks. Look at this part of our lips. That little cupid's bow, them lines from our nostrils. She got it too. Do you see it? These lines right here on the top of our lips. She got it. Still can see our nostrils. That's from a different line. That's from my Aunt Saladi's line. Let's see if I can. Who else? Where's the Matheny girls? She took that picture like such an auntie. Saladi. No, it's Sally D. That's what we just call it Salady, but it's Sally, like Sallyd, Salady. But saying it non-country is Sally D. Sally D. No, but it's Salady. Like my grandmother is Willie Mae, but we call it Willie Mae. Willie Mae. Willie Mae. Willie Mae Spivey. Willie Mae Spivey. Willie Mae Spivey. Let me see if I can find. Oh, we could supposed to be going to mutual. That's Brenda, Gwendolyn Matheny. Let me see. The Matheny's they kind of get out of the. This is Gwen. They start looking different, but not too much different. They start looking different, but still, we might be the same family. The Matheny's, they married. Matheny name married into us. I have an aunt, Bobby May. Yeah, I have a Billy Ruth. I have a Bobby Jean. I have a Verma Jean. Verma, Virma Jean, Jean. Verma Jean. Um, um, who else? The country names. Eula May. My great grandmother was Eula May. My great great grandmother was Eula May Spivey. Same template, different font. Yes. So yes, I want Verma is a throwback. Yes, Verma Jean Spivey, Verma Jean Macbeth, or was she a Spivey or Macbeth? I can't remember. Let me see. Even the boys. Let me go to the boys. So my brother the same way. Like when you look at my brother, look at his nose. I love this picture of my brother. He looks so cute. Look at his nose. You can see We have the same nose. Our nose, you can see how you can see, when you look at it straight forward, you can look into our nostrils. Yeah. And he has that thing too. He has the little thing on the top of his lip, even though he got a mustache, so it kind of is turning it. Let me see if I can find um maybe do I have, let me see. My other brother. Um, let me see if I can find my brother. Let me go to my mom's. My mom always got my brother on there. So this is my other brother. They were too young. Where is he when he was older? Uh, oh, let me show you my aunt Donna. This is my aunt Donna. As I got an afro. Bad bitch. Bad bitch of the 70s, baby. Sickening. This is my aunt Donna. She is gorgeous. Donna, baby. Donna was eating. And this is her daughter, Michelle. That's her daughter, Michelle. She looked like Lila Rashawn. She does. She did when she passed away, but let me show you my aunt Ellen. Let me see if I can find my aunt Ellen. Now Ellen, now she's churchy, so she be giving see if I can find. Oh, this is my cousin Donna. She trans. Donna's oldest boy. So Michelle is her oldest born assigned male at birth. um, Michelle is her oldest daughter. Now she has a trans daughter, and so this is Donna. They live in Indianapolis too. They live in Indianapolis. Okay, do y'all get along? Yes, we get along. We don't really talk a lot though, because she's kind of slow. Like she kind of super super sweet, but kind of you know a little slow. So we can't really relate too much. But we definitely like get along. We never had any kind of beef like that. Any kind of weird shit going on. We always been cool. And then here's Allie. If y'all, this is my cousin Allie, different line. Allie's been on the podcast before. When I interviewed a high schooler, this was the high schooler. She came out of the closet on my on the podcast as a queer woman. uh, and this is her twin. Let's see if I can find them a picture of them together. This is her and her twin and my aunt Georgia. Graduating from Howard with honors, educated. um, let me see if I can find Bonnie. Bonnie passed away before Facebook got popular, and then her son, but her son should have a picture, but he has. You know how when people don't use their real names on Facebook, so so you forget how to look them up because they got some weird ass stupid name like D Smooth J Boog or some stupid shit. So I don't know. I know his legal name, but I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I don't know his name on Facebook. When I find it, because he hits me up sometimes, I'll make sure I'll save a picture of her. Um, were you and Bonnie related? Yes, me and Bonnie she was my distant cousin. She was a Spivey, but she's like she ain't from my grandmother and grandfather's branch. She's my great great grandmother's cousin's great great grandchild. Like she's kin to me in some way. We know we're kin, but very distant. Like she's like my great great grandmother's cousin's great great grandchild, like something like that. We know we family because somewhere in the line we know where that connection, but way down the line, yes, she's like a not super way. Like not where you don't know it, as I don't know it. It's something either my great great, not my great. I know her sisters. My great great, so two greats. So she's my mama Eula's. I think my great great grandmother's. I think is her grandmother because it's Mert, it's Bonnie Mert, and then Mert's sister. So her grandmother is my great great grandmother's cousin. So I can figure it out, but it's not like, oh, we aunts and shit like that. No, it's not like that. So who else? I'm trying to think of who else I could pull up. Sometimes who else? What? Yeah. Mm. Well, I can't think of nobody else. But yes, that was the whole conversation about surgery. So, yes, so I feel like you should only get what you need. And in anthrometrics, the measurement of the body and the average measurements of the body, things that's different between like the male and female bodies that's distinct in regards to your face is going to be your hairline, it is going to be your brow bone. If you have an exceptionally strong jawline that hormones really didn't fix, because sometimes it's the fat that's you gain, it can make your face look softer even with a stronger jawline. But if you need that done, if you need that done, then you do that. Um Also, I think body too, because sometimes also this is what I say, it's better to take away than add on. So when we think about like silicone or getting pumped, and it's better to see when you get on hormones and you gain weight, it's better to see if to give you the curve that you want, it's better to suck it out and make you give you the figure eight based on that, as opposed to adding on. And then when you gain weight later in your life, bitch, now you big everywhere. Whereas if you had gained the weight a little bit of the weight with the hormones, and then you got the waist part sucked out, now you got that hourglass figure because you kept the weight on the bottom half, and now you got a flat stomach, so it looks very sleek and cute, but still natural because you done suck the waist out and stuck the stomach out, so it give you the curve that you need. Then you ain't got to do too much. And then when you gain weight, when you get older, this is just my suggestion, just me thinking, just how I'm thinking about getting older. When you gain weight, when you get older, it's still gonna be natural because you done suck the stomach out. And this one thing about lipo, you can't; those fat cells don't come back. Like the fat, what lipo does, it takes the fat cells out, and you don't get any more fat cells. So if you wherever you sucked out, it ain't gonna grow fat cells back. Those fat cells that were left behind can get bigger, but most of the time when you done got it sucked out, it don't come back. It don't, you know what I'm saying? You can gain weight, but those cells, you don't get new cells like this. That's not how fat cells work. So, honey, you suck it out. Honey, you can get bigger in your thighs and your legs and your butt, but your stomach's still gonna be flat because you done sucked all them fat cells out. So you ain't got nothing to worry about. So when I think about my mindset now, that's how it would be different. I definitely wouldn't be rushing it. I wouldn't be make sure you thumbs up if you still here. I wouldn't be rushing it, but definitely to get the shape you want, honey, suck that shit out more. Especially if you already got some size to you, suck it out more than add on. So don't be thinking about getting the BBL. You don't need that. If you already, honey, suck it out and have your shape that you got. I want to get some in my stomach, but I'm kind of scared. You want to get some in your stomach. What that mean? Get what in your stomach? Why would you want to get anything in your stomach? I'm confused. What do you mean? I want to get some in my stomach. Lipo in your stomach? Is that what you're saying? You want to get some lipo in your stomach. Oh, yeah. Honey, get lipo, child. Don't be scared of getting no damn lipo. Why are you scared of getting some lipo? I'm scared because I thought it was the most dangerous or something. BBL is the most dangerous, not lipo. BBL has the highest mortality rate. Even though if you're going to a respectable doctor, you cool. But shit, I don't even want to say that because any surgery is risk, honey. You can get a dental surgery and bitch die. Any surgery is a risk. Cause I don't like needles and blood, honey. You gonna be under anesthesia. Who cares? You gonna be asleep. You ain't even gonna see all of that, child. You gonna be asleep, and by the time you wake up, you're gonna be wrapped up with a flat stomach, looking sick. What are you talking about? Now you have to deal with the needle of getting the anesthesia. Well, it depends on how they do the anesthesia. It depends. So you got to deal with that first part, but child, the whole surgery you're gonna be under anesthesia, child. Unless you do the one where they do local anesthesia, but which is what I want to do. I want to stay up. Um, but if I was scared of needles, baby, honey, put me to sleep. That was the best thing about my FFS, child. Honey, they said count to 10, baby. I don't remember finish counting. I was done. I was out of there. And you wake up, and honey, you is up, and it's all done, and you done been asleep for 8 hours. And they done did the work, and you woke up, and you like, oh, it just felt like you went to sleep, nodded off, and woke back up. It didn't feel like nothing happened. That's what I love about anesthesia, baby. It's like, dude, and boo. And you wake up and you like, oh, we're done. No, you don't. It's no dreaming, it's no feeling, it's no nothing. You wake, you go down and you wake up like nothing happened. Was it pain after? No. The pain is like day 3. The pain for me was like day 3 after the surgery. That's when you are swelling, and the medication that they had you on at the hospital that you can't feel nothing, that done wore off. So now you in the now you at home or at the stay at your wherever you getting taken care of at your stay. And so it's day 3, and so now you're swelling up, and it's healing, which is a part of the process. It's healing. Now lipo, from what I hear, I've never had lipo, but what I hear, lipo is one of the most painful ones on day 3, like during the healing process, because they are taking a suction thing and going through your whole your fat. And so it's sucking it out, and it's creating, I don't want to say tears, but it's disrupting all of that shit all around your waist and on your stomach and da 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 da. It's going in there. So your whole body is being disrupted. You're not your whole body. Your the whole area is being disrupted because you're saying they're doing like this, sucking it all out. So they're doing like this with that. I don't know what the fuck that metal thing is called, but and so when you wake up, no, it's not painful. But when you go through the healing process, that whole part of your body is healing. You got to be ready for some discomfort with any surgery. Absolutely. You want to stay up? I do want to stay up. I do. I want to be local. I like staying up. Not that I don't like anesthesia, but I feel like they can do more because anesthesia, I like to get surgery out of the way. So next time I get some surgery, whatever I can do woke, I want to do it because I know I'm going to want to go back and do something else. Like in regards, there's 2 surgeries I want. So I want lipo and a tummy tuck. If I do lipo, now you can do all of them together under anesthesia. But if I do lipo first and don't go under anesthesia, I can come back later and do a tummy tuck and be even more snatched. But do the tummy tuck under anesthesia. But if you do both of them, because you can't have 2 anesthesia sessions back to back, like they don't do that. They don't like you to do that. That messes with your brain. So you can't be, oh, I went under anesthesia this month and then a month later or 2 months later I go anesthesia again. No, they don't. They like it to be spread out. So if I do the lipo just under local anesthesia where I'm not going to sleep, it's just local where you don't feel it, but you woke. And I do that, and then when I do my tummy tuck under anesthesia, like general anesthesia, like your whole fucking you out, you sleep, knocked out. If I can do that later at a faster time, at a quicker time. Lipo hurt so bad, my body was so sore. It's scraping all over your muscle. Yes, they are. But when did it hurt? How long was your healing process? I had a BBL. It took me about 10 days before I could stand up straight and actually walk around because your body is so stiff because of the pain. I was fairly slim, didn't have a lot of fat. So if you're on the slimmer side, it's going to be more painful versus somebody who has more fat. True. I've heard that too. What was the hurting part? It was the after, because everybody talks about it's the after days, like especially they always say day 3. Day 3 was like, oh. And that's the same thing for me in regard to my FFS. Day 3 was the day, was like, oh shit. By a week later, it was still black eyes, but as far as pain, no. A week later, it was totally done in regards to physicality. Yes, you said like you said, day 3 is when the hospital meds wore completely off. Yes. So day 3 is is once you get past day 3, it's smooth sailing. Day 3 for me was like, oh God, I'm literally feeling my whole fucking head say do 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 do. I can feel my heartbeat in my head. Do 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 in my pulse just immediately. It was crazy. My fucking eyes was swollen up and oh, it was so late. But I lived. um, but yeah, I'm thinking about getting a lipo tummy tuck situation because I feel like when you get the 360 lipo and don't do the tummy tuck, it don't be snatched. It be your stomach be flatter, but it be saggy and soft, and because you didn't fix the skin. Dr. Cardenas in Guadalajara. Um, um, people didn't like him when during the time that I was going to him. People didn't like him because they said he wasn't aggressive enough. But it was perfect for me because I didn't want aggression. I wanted you to be. I felt like I was fish. I didn't need all of that aggression. I need you to be. I need you to touch it a little bit. Yeah, I had a friend, my homegirl, she went and he worked her out. He was aggressive to me, to her. He worked her out. But he did it whatever you want. Did you do laser before FFS and after? Both. Laser ain't got nothing to do with your FFS. Laser is about your hair, right? Is that what we're talking about? I've been doing laser since I was in my 20s, my early 20s. Before and after. Are you talking about the laser healing light? I did that after my FFS. Or what are you talking about in regards to laser? Because I did um the red light shit that you do on your face when you're healing. I did do that after my FFS. There's like a red light, and then there's a green light, and there's like a blue light. It's just different little a light treatment. Hair removal. Yes, I did. First of all, I didn't grow a lot of hair because you remember I transitioned really early, and I started hormones when I was like 16. And my family is not a hairy family. Like even the boys aren't like my brother don't have a full beard. His beard don't connect. He has hair right here and right here. Even my other little brother, like they don't have they're just now getting to the age. I have an electrolysis. Electrolysis hurt. Boys in my family don't have a lot of hair, so even like my granddad never had a full beard that I saw him. My great granddad, honey, he died at 75, and I never seen him with no full ass beard on his face. So I just don't think we were a hairy family. But I did get FFS. I'm not FFS. I did get laser. I started getting laser for my like lip and like right here. Um in my early 20s. Then when I got off Moans, I started getting hair sprouting up, not thick, but just different places that I never had hair. I'm like, oh bitch, let me get back on Moans. It started is honey, the origin of my being started to resurface, and I gotta fix it. And so I started getting laser again. And I'm to the point where I only have to get like laser now at this age, probably like once a year. It's gotten to the point where it's just nothing so far. I have gotten electrolysis. So this is what you gotta gag what a gag you to. So laser, how it works, I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm certified to do laser. Like I've taken classes and courses, and I'm certified to do laser. So how laser works is it's based off the color. The light is going through the color of your hair. So how it works better is if you have light skin and dark hair. That's how it works. And so now when we talk about light skin, That doesn't mean that it only works on white people, but there's lasers, most of the lasers, because racism, were made to work on lighter complexion. Racism. But they have came up with a laser, YAG. The YAG laser is the best for people who have dark skin. So if you're a dark skinned girl, if you go to somebody, they need to have a YAG laser. Now, that was current at the time. That's all I've known even right now. There might be something new. I ain't heard about it. But the YAG laser, if you are a dark skinned girl, YAG laser. So what happens, it works off the color of your the hair. So when the hair, if you zap it and it's dark, it's gonna go away. Cool. But if you wait till you get older and get to zapping, if you have hair that has already turned gray, it is not gonna zap those. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna get rid of all your hair except for the gray ones. And so when you get to walking down the street, your gray hair is gonna make nothing but the gray hair be there, and so you're gonna start to have stubble that are gray. And so if you dark skin, it's gonna show up. It's gonna look like little pieces of lint on your face. If you get what I'm saying, so it's going to be gray because laser does not work on gray hair. So if you are an older transitioner or that or you are somebody who had a little bit of gray even before you got super old, it's the laser is not going to get rid of anything but the dark hair. So it's going to leave behind gray hair. And so I had to go get get electrolysis, because electrolysis is the only approved hair removal that is permanent. Laser, if somebody tell you that it's permanent, they lying. It can come back. It takes a while, but it can come back. But somebody telling you that laser is just totally permanent, they're lying. They're lying to you. Now, there can be, it takes forever, but say like I never got laser again, and I stopped hormones and I let testosterone just go. I'm detransitioning. I'm not gonna have the same full beard that maybe my brother has. That some whatever man, I'm never gonna have that. But any kind of, that's another thing people don't talk about with laser hair removal. Any type of there are hair follicles in your face as a male child and girl child too. That's why you see older women who, when they get older and go through menopause and testosterone goes up, and testosterone goes up, there are hairs that will stop growing when they're older, women and men. That's why when you see a man that's older, he has a really thick beard, as opposed to when he was like in, his 20s, he had a beard, but it was like, it's a young little beard. But when he get older, there's some hairs that were dormant in his 20s that are now growing in his 40s. Got it? And so what happens if you're a trans woman, there's some hair when you were younger that was dormant. And then here come your 40s. Yes, you lasered, because laser works based on the growth cycle of the hair that you're zapping. So it has to be in a specific growth cycle. If it's not in a growth cycle, you're going to zap it and it's not going to kill it. It has to be in a specific growth cycle. And so if there's a dormant hair somewhere on your face that it's dormant, so it's not in any kind of growth cycle because it's dormant. And so in your 20s, when you were zapping all them black hairs out and you were bald face, baby smooth, cool, yeah, you cool, because you zapped the ones that were growing. But there's gonna be one when you get 41 or whatever age, there's gonna be a dormant hair that says, your genetics says that I wake up now. And boom, you got this one random black strand coming out, and you like, how the fuck you didn't? Why the fuck you ain't gone? I've been getting laser. You shouldn't be there. No, that was a dormant one that your genetics said, wake up, bitches. You're 41. Here go one right here. Wake up, bitch. You're 43. Here go one right here. Wake up, bitch. It's time to go. Because your genetics said that this hair needs to wake up at this time. So now you got to get laser again because you got some dormant hair that finally start growing. And so now that it's growing, it needs to be in its dormant stage. Now now it's out of its dormant stage. Now it's in a specific growth stage that you can zap it now. So that's why you got to get the maintenance laser. So the ones that you got, that ain't gonna go back, but it's still gonna be some other stuff. Maybe, because even then, if you stay on your moans, it still might grow some stuff back. But what electrolysis does, it actually sends a current to the root of your fucking hair and zap that motherfucker till it's dead. And each time you go, you're getting rid of like 70% of the hairs that you do. Now, the problem with electrolysis, bitch, it hurts. It is not as fast and light as fucking laser. Electrolysis hurts, bitch. So y'all can do the permanent one, the permanent electrolysis, but it's way tedious and that shit fucking hurts. You're sending an electric current from your hair follicle down to the root, and that shit fucking burns and hurts. It hurts. It feels like somebody is taking a fucking electric current and zapping your fucking face, each and every fucking hair. I hate electrolysis. It hurts. Hate it. That is one of the most painful sides of the trans experience, child. I hate electrolysis. So I way rather do laser. Laser was perfect. Because laser doesn't hurt me. Some of my homegirls, it hurts them. It doesn't hurt me. I'm thinking about trying electrolysis. Yeah, if you definitely got some gray, you have to do the grays. If you're an older trans woman, or when you get older, you definitely got to do the grays. That's why y'all, and same thing as my grandmother and my mama would always say, be careful what you laugh at. Same thing will make you laugh or make you cry. I remember seeing Miss Major when she was older, and I was still a young teenage, not teenage, 20 something girl, and I'm like, why they got her running around with them gray hairs on her face? Why they got her running around with these hairs and they can't shave her face? Why don't they do that? And not knowing that, baby, she got laser. It just didn't get them gray hairs. So I had to learn as an older woman, honey, it's some gray, because I ain't even got gray hairs in my hair. I got little strands of hair that are gray here, so I have to get them electrolyzed. Just curious, do you like comedy shows? If so, who are your fave? No, I don't even like comedy movies. It's not that I don't like them, but I'm not spending my money to go see a comedy movie. Because I'm not really, unlike other people, when I watch comedy shows, I'm not sitting there laughing, actually. Even I know it's funny, but I'm not just sitting there cracking up. I think it hurts worse than a tattoo. Well, so I have a tattoo on my on like a tramp stamp tattoo, like right here on like the top of my cheek. That motherfucker hurt. This one, that one, and the one on my stomach, they didn't really hurt, but for some reason, the one on my fucking ass, that motherfucker hurt it, man. That motherfucker felt like he was burning my skin. Yeah, I didn't like it. That hurt. But I think that's kind of equal. Or I don't know. I think electrolysis is just, it's so tedious. It's like every one at a time, man. I didn't like it. I hate it. I hate it. Not even stand-up specials. Yeah, I don't really be fucking with them like that. That ain't. Only time I watch specials is somebody specifically is like, oh, you need to watch this special and see if you like it. And I'll just be sitting there cracking up. So I don't know. It's not that I don't like comedy, but I don't stand up doesn't. I don't know. It's just not my type of funny bone. I don't. That's not how you tickle my funny bone. I'm more of a. I'm trying to think of the kind of comedy that I like. Do you a time that a comedian that just had me screaming my fucking brains out? I like it's hard to explain. So it's not situational comedy like a sitcom, but it's certain things like do you remember Tom Green? John River was my favorite. Mm-mm. Some more right after that. Lume. Yeah. No, that ain't my type of I've had some moments where I crack up, but my favorite kind of comedy is a situation. So let me give you an example that's coming to mind right now. So Mojo Brooks is so funny to me. I love Mojo. I just think he's sexy. But I have seen there's a moment where in his shows where I don't like planned shit. I like people like I think there's a moment in Mojo's set. It was unplanned. Like he was playing in the audience and he told a dude to call his girlfriend on the phone and ask questions and give him the phone. There was a situation like that that I thought was funny. I don't like planned jokes. Like you sitting up there telling a joke on the stage and you're planning it. I can tell my brain can tell where you're going, so it's not funny. I know where you're going. It just it's very rare that I don't get where they're going, but it's certain situations. So there used to be a comedian named Tom Green, and he used to have a show. Was it on MTV? Was it VH1? Let me see where it was. Was it MTV? It was MTV. Okay, so Tom Green used to be on MTV, and he used to do shit that was so funny to me. And now some shit he would do was just fucking silly and it wasn't funny, it just was silly, but it was certain shit that were so inappropriate to me that it was funny as hell. Like he had this one episode where he went back to his parents' house and and this is real, he was doing this for real and he went to his parents' house, and that motherfucker put a statue of his dad fucking his mom. I think it was a statue of him and his dad and mom having sex or something on the fucking lawn. And and then he woke them up and brought them outside to see the gift. And they did not find it to be funny. So shit like that be real, be cracking me the fuck up. Inappropriate shit like that. It's certain things, it has to be like that. Like shit for shit to be funny to me. It has to be real, spontaneous. Um yeah, something about I can't really explain it. I have a deadpan. I love deadpan sense of humor. I love like Wednesday Adams, the Christina Ricci, Wednesday Adams, that kind of deadpan where she'll say some wild ass shit and have a straight face. I love deadpan comedy. Um so it has to be situational. It has to be a certain situation to make me laugh, to make it unexpected. And stand-up comedy isn't always unexpected to me. It's like I know where it feels like I can always feel where the punchline is going. It's very rare that it surprises me. I'm gonna do a singing open mic and a comedy amateur night. Go for it. I think that's dope. Eric Andre. I don't know Eric Andre. Um Nathan for you does it for me. I don't know that one. I don't know them. But yeah, I'm more of a yeah, I'm not really a comedy person. Yeah, so like if a dude asked me to go on a date to a comedy show, I know he don't know me. It would be like, oh, he doesn't know me. He wouldn't. No. Mm-mm. I love people who can. I love comedians when they do work the crowd. Like when they do work the crowd, that's when it's funny to me. It feels. I feel like that's the skill. I feel like that's the. I don't know. I think that's a particular skill that I like people to have that can be funny working the crowd. That's the I think that's funny because it's spontaneous. So you have to be witty and smart and work it off your head because you don't know what the audience is gonna say and what they're gonna do and how that's gonna work out. That's how you know a motherfucker is actually funny. Yeah, yeah. You should check out Takara Williams. Then she worked the fuck out of a crowd. Yeah. So um yeah, that ain't really. But also, that ain't really. If I'm to be honest, even that, it just isn't my kind of entertainment. I guess that's what it. It's not my kind of entertainment. Like it's like ballet. It's like ballet. Like I'm not spending my money to go to no damn ballet. That ain't my kind of entertainment. Will I spend money to go to a play? Absolutely. But to go to a ballet, no, thank you. Yeah, no. Um, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like even opera, like ballet opera. No, thank you. Give me a play. Give me a stage play that's fire with that's good writing and good actresses. Yes, I'll fuck with that. Or give me a dance troupe doing a show. There's this there's this show that I love. Anytime they come to Houston, I go see it. It's called is it Stomp Africa? I love them. They are so fire. Um Stomp Africa or Step Africa, not Stomp, Step Africa. Yeah, so they do all kinds of like dance stuff, and it's a whole troupe that they do, and it's so good. So if this is in your city, go see it. They do like a step show. They like do dance stuff. It's like a show of dancers, and so it's exciting and pretty, and they be in costumes and they do different stuff, and I love it. They got drummers, they got their storytelling, and it's black oriented. I fuck with it. And they're mixing modern and they mix modern contemporary dance with old school dance too. So Step Africa. I love it. Um yeah, I love that. So shit like that. But I ain't going to see no motherfucking dance play, child. I know ballet girl. That's boring to me. Boring, boring, boring. So I'm cultured, but it's just certain things that don't entertain me that people be like, "Ooh, this is," like opera and shit. I think that shit is some white people shit. Let me ask y'all this. This is a whole turn. I'm changing the subject because I want to hear what y'all think about it. This is ruminating in my brain. So I haven't fully thought this out, but it's been ruminating in my brain since I've been watching these shows. So, do y'all watch Game of Thrones? Do y'all watch any of the spin-offs of Game of Thrones, like the new ones, like the Night of the Seven Kingdoms or House of Dragons? Like, do y'all watch any of those? Like, have y'all been watching them? I'm gonna definitely get into it. So, this is not a theory. Is it a theory? Maybe. So I want to see the blind black people. Yeah, they're on that's on House of Dragons. No, never got into it, but I'm thinking about binging. Yeah, so Duncan Egg. Yes. Okay, so the recent one is the Night of the Seven Dragons, and the main character is Dunk and Egg. Egg is Aegon. He anyway, I don't need to tell y'all a story, but I'm gonna give watch it. Da 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 da. This ain't got nothing to do with the show. Yes, but I only got Game of Thrones and House of Dragons. But only Game of Thrones and House of Dragons. Okay. Well, this is a new version. And I actually like this. This one actually is more intentionally funny than the other ones. The other ones are kind of like gruesome and wordy, but this is actually Night of the Seven Kingdoms is actually funny. But anyway, this ain't what I'm asking y'all ain't got nothing to do with the plot of the show. So but this type of activity is on all the shows. So if you watch Game of Thrones, you've seen this type of activity. If you watch House of Dragon, you've seen this activity. And if you watch the new Night of Seven Kingdoms, you've seen this active activity. So, but specifically in Night of the Seven Kingdoms, he is a knight trying to win himself on, I think, onto the King's Guard or something. He's trying to win a tournament. And so he's there with other knights trying to win a tournament. And so the tournament is doing, jousting. Y'all know that shit where they take the horses and run to each other and they both got sticks and they're trying to knock each other off the sticks. Would knock each other off the horse, and sometimes it kills them, sometimes it knocks their eyes out, and it's a really gruesome. Okay, there's a lot of jousting. Yes, but we see this in these kind of medieval times movies. So that's why I say what I'm asking don't have nothing to do with the plot. But y'all seen how the crowds, even on fucking it was a form of this even on Harry Potter. If you watch Harry Potter, when the students are competing, and there literally is a potential for these motherfuckers to die. You feel what I'm saying? Like, remember when I don't know what Harry Potter it was, but where the three schools came together and competed, the boys' school and then the girls' school and then Hogwarts, and they was doing all these kind of wizard trials, and some of them motherfuckers was dying, and Goblet of Fire, yes, shit like that. So anyway, so on these type of shows, there's always like, now House of Dragon, now Harry Potter wasn't as violent, but in these shows, the culture in this medieval time, there was a lot of display of violence as sport and entertainment. And so these jousting things, like you literally in the show this week, it showed the man getting his eye fucking knocked out from the jousting because the fucking the stick hit his helmet and fucked his head up, and the eye was hanging down. Now he won his match, but it fucked his eye up. He got to wear a patch now, and it was gruesome, and everybody was watching and throwing their hands up like, "Oh my god, yeah!" and they're cheering it on. And jousting is the horses, but it's other shit like if you remember on Game of Thrones, like even the entertainment of trial by combat, they're watching these men try to kill each other, and if you die, bitch, you die. They're the crowd is watching this gruesome shit happen, and we know that this is a part of the medieval white European culture. Now, when we talk about eugenics, this is why I'm switching subject because this is gonna get a little bit deeper and political. When we talk about eugenics and the trauma that Black people pass down genetically, did I say the right word? Not eugenics. What's the right word? What's the word for when you pass down trauma to your kids? That you passing down trauma that didn't even happen to them. Whatever that scientific word, I can't remember off the top of my head. Epigenetics. Thank you. I love my audience. They're so smart. Epigenetics. Yes. So I feel like in the same way we pass down trauma and how that trauma impacts our body and impacts us, I feel like because when you see that traumatic ass shit, there's things that can happen. Like it can shut you off and close you off emotionally from seeing that stuff. It can desensitize you. I think because of those type of medieval games, how they made harming and the brutality of each other, brutality of people, sport, I think that them seeing that trauma in the world that they lived in the Europe, passed down to them. I think that it passed down to them so that when we get to the time of slavery, they have been passed down the gene to not give a fuck about traumatic shit like that. So they were able to do picnics and they were able to do picnic and go to hangings and it be nothing but a sport. Like it be nothing but, oh, we can do, like I can't see myself sitting there and watching somebody die and it just be like, oh. The casual nature of it. Can I kill somebody? I do feel like I can. If my anger, if I'm and not just in no self-defense. I feel like anybody can out of fear kill somebody in self-defense. I'm not talking about out of self-defense. I'm talking about out of anger where I'm so mad that I want to wear you out. I feel like I could do that. I feel like that's a potential in me. Um just out of like not out of self-defense but out of vengefulness, like you've done something to me or you did something to my people and I want to get you together. So I feel I can do that, but just me having a picnic while somebody's getting hanged and getting abused, I don't think that I know that I cannot. That's weird. I turn my head at when children is getting whoopings. I don't even like to be in the room when they getting whoopings, shit like that, even if they deserve it. I don't like to be in the midst of spanking. I don't like to any kind of violence. It turns me off. But I think there was so much of this shit. So when we see movies like this, when we see shows and movies showing this medieval time in Europe, they don't fetishize. We didn't have that shit going on. I'm not saying that we didn't have trials in African cultures. We did. But where I don't remember reading anything about African cultures that had. Did they have trials as a rite of passage? Did they have to go hunting? Did they have to do, oh yes, but I'm talking about we're doing this stuff harming other humans for sport. I don't remember ever reading shit like that. Not saying that it doesn't exist. I didn't live at that time, but I don't remember reading these type of things existing on the continent. So, but because of white supremacy and European privilege and da 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 da, we get the historical context and writings of these white people who lived in European countries and how the wars was played out and how medieval times these things happen. And I really believe that that kind of detachment from care, detachment from that ingrained apathy or ingrained detachment from empathy. I think because that was such ingrained in the European culture in medieval times, I think that that type of dealing with trauma and detaching it from them, I think that that was a part. That's why it was so easy for them to do the horrific things, boil people, use people's hair for teeth, use people teeth for that died or they murdered, use people hair for fucking furniture, feeding babies to alligators, all kinds of weird shit that you fucking put in picks in babies' heads to fix certain things, experimenting on them. J. Marion Sims, they were able to do that type of fucking shit because that was a part of the European medieval culture that was passed down to them. They were used to doing crazy ass, weirdo, harmful shit and being desensitized to it. The Olympics was bloody. Yes, gladiator life, all that kind of shit. I think that shit affected them on an epigenetic level. And I was thinking about this when I was watching that show, watching Knights of Seven Kingdom. I'm like, even their entertainment is rooted in harming people. When they would do the little plays and pretend to be this, it just was, I was like, y'all entertainment has something to do with harming people, and y'all should be fucking normal. Yeah, y'all making it normal, but yeah, this is a part of life. Motherfuckers getting wore out physically. Entertainment for y'all. So of course you desensitized to the trauma of that. And that was the basic of American culture. And they actually had a lot of Neanderthal DNA too. Yeah, so it just, I don't know. I just was thinking about that watching. I was like, how do the people that come from this culture, and I know this is a fictional show, but it's based on the medieval times. So, how do the people who come from this type of culture not be desensitized to horrific things and seeing and doing that type of shit? I just don't see how they cannot be impacted by that, since we know trauma affects people in a way that leads to that. Folks left the continent and went north. Something switched. I think they went into a patriarchal system. When men run shit, they be violent, like chimps. Like if you look at the study of bonobos and chimps, genetically, the only thing switched them was a river, was a body of water. So something happened to where the bonobos was on this side and they went down a genetic path, and then the chimps went down a genetic path on this side of the water. They didn't mix at some point over time. And so the chimps, they are a male centered um primate. They are patriarchy, and bonobos are a monarchy, matriarchal. Matriarchal. And so it is very different how they socialize. Like the girls literally use sex to resolve conflicts. They will kill, like chimps kill each other all the time, but bonobos don't kill each other all the time. And actually, recently is the first time that they ever recorded a murder in the bonobos culture as primates. And one of the reasons, the one that got killed was killed because he harmed one of the babies and the girls killed him. And it was the first time it was recorded in recent times, like within a year or two, that they ever have killed each other. Whereas apes kill each other, not apes, chimpanzees kill each other all the time. It's literally a part of the species, the social structure that's in their species. And so, yeah, I think something did switch. I think once there was a separation, I think something did switch. Yes. He's a history nerd for real. Yes. Take the trash out, baby. Yes. And so so I think that there is a difference in how, in the social structure, and I think once when we come out of Africa, when I don't think white people didn't come from Africa. Let me say that. I think we all came from Africa at some point, but it's just been a long time to create. And it's just like dogs. Like when we talk about breeds of dogs, some of the dog breeds that we have are because we made them. Like we made them that breed of dog. We made that breed of dog. And it's just popular and being able to thrive. And I think that in the past, there are breeds of humans that circumstances of nature made. I think there's a reason why Asian people look like they do, because they evolved where this breed went further east in Asia and kept procreating with each other so they look a certain way. That's why when you look at people who are Asian and Africa and look at the places in between there, they gonna look a cross between Asian and African. Like those South Asian people, they look like a cross between those kind of people mixing together. Like you can literally see how it traveled and got different, going from Africa to Asia, going from going from Africa to Europe. When you get the African going into um Arab, going into Italian, going into da da da, da, and you keep going further up, it gets more and more white. But as you get down, it gets darker and darker, darker, darker. So anyway, you can just see it. You can just kind of see the evolution. And I think that circumstances made certain cultures way more patriarchal. And I think that to me, I think that patriarchy is doing to us the same thing that it did to the chimps. Honey, they are violent and war-ridden, testosterone-driven fucking apes. And so that's what the fuck we are seeing, not giving a fuck about people. Where if we were a matriarchy, I think that it would be like the bonobos. We would be solving problems with fucking. We build relationships through sex here, darling. We don't build relationships through violence. Let me see what that dick is looking like. What that coochie hitting on. So no problem here, baby. Mm. But yes, I thought about that because I'm watching the show and it's getting good. I'm enjoying it, but I couldn't help but to see in these first three episodes, first four episodes of the show, it is emphasized around these tournaments, this tournament that's happening to find knights, and I'm like, the whole crowd is coming here and cheering this on. I'm like, you're seeing these people harm each other, and then going back to your tents and drinking, and so add all of that. I'm like, I can only imagine how toxic, if you believe in the theory of epigenetics, how toxic these people would become over centuries of dealing with this type of direct violence and having to deal with it and it be a part of the culture. Like, even on their side, like there has to be. I was watching this interview with Toni Morrison, and I don't remember which one it was. Just so many interviews of her that I watched. You know, she is one of my North Stars. And she was talking about how, oh, I think it was her and Charlie Rose. I think that's what it was. But she did multiple of him, so I don't know which one it was. But she basically was saying that, you know, yes, racism did something to us, but it also did something to them too. Just like it took away our humanity, it took away yours too. If you can just harm people without any thought, any emotional connection to this human being, you are taking away your humanity too. Like, if you can just kill a motherfucker, you're not human either. You are a fucking ape. You are if there's no emotional connection in seeing the humanity of somebody so much that you can just kill it, you can just kill something and there's no emotion. Same if you did it to animals. Whatever you do, if you're doing these fucking horrible things and you have no emotional, you a fucking sociopath. You're not you're not a human either. So your humanity is not there too. That is what makes you human, that you care about motherfuckers and you care about things. That's what make you civil and human. And so, yeah, it's y'all too. Use baby as baits. Yeah, that you have to do shit like that. You have to be so emotionally disconnected from your humanity or these people's humanity, your own humanity, that yeah, you turn into a monster. You don't you a fucking literally a sociopath. Like, bitch, what? You fucking harming human babies, harming babies. Crazy. That's crazy to me. And so I was thinking about that. Like, of course, if this is the culture that they lived in for centuries, where they seeing this kind of traumatic stuff happen, doing to each other, watching other people do it to each other, of course they come over here and become fucking barbaric sociopaths. Of course they do. Of course. Why wouldn't they? But yeah, make sure y'all watch the show. I I don't know. Game of Thrones, when it comes to dramas, Game of Thrones, Handmaid's Tale, um, they like in my top three of favorite shows ever. I can't. I'm talking about for dramas. Um, yeah, they're so good. The interpersonal relationships and how it was written. Now, I didn't like the last season of Game of Thrones. I didn't like the ending. I liked the last season, but the ending part of it, I did not like it. What happens at the end? I did not like. Well, I was about to be like, oh, Walking Dead was good too. Walking Dead was real. Now, I stopped watching Walking Dead once Rick didn't kill Negan. I was done with that show. Once he killed Glenn and he killed Glenn, and then this is a plot twist in the series. He killed Negan. So now everybody in the old guard of that group gotta go and find Negan and get revenge. Now this is a new direction. When Rick finally get to the point where he finds Negan and we get him, and you don't kill him, bitch, fuck you. Cut this shit off. I stopped. I stopped watching that show. That was done. You let him kill Negan and we've been chasing this motherfucker and you finally get the chance to kill him and you don't kill him. Fuck you. I'm done with the show. And I stopped watching it. Now the early episodes, yes. Walking Dead early episodes, early seasons, yes. Oh my god, so good, so good, so good, so good. Early seasons were so good. Loved it. But once they killed Glenn and oh boy didn't fight for Glenn revenge, I'm out of here. Y'all going too far. I literally said that. Cut the shit off. Dude, cut it off. Fuck you. It favorite character on Walking Dead? Favorite character on Walking Dead. Favorite character on Walking Dead. Favorite character on Walking Dead. Probably Meryl. Daryl's brother. In the early season, I love villains, so I think Michonne is gonna be. I think I like Michonne. Who is my favorite? I'm like villain people. I think I like Carol. I think Carol it would be my next one. I do fuck with Carol. I do like Daryl too. I just feel like Michonne was a badass. She was bad. She running around with the niggas on a leash with their fucking head cut off, with their mouths cut off. It was that was sickening. She was a bad bitch. She was fucking with a fucking sword. I live. Um, I never like main character hero motherfuckers. Like um like Rick. I never like it. Usually, if it's a main character of a show, I don't like them. Like Orange is the New Black. I hate fucking Piper. Whoever's the main character, I hate the motherfucker. I really hate the hero. Like on Game of Thrones, I hate motherfucking Jon Snow. Hate Jon Snow. I hate the is, whoever that is. You ain't got no guts to do you the straight and narrow motherfucker, and you need that to create conflict. But I usually hate motherfuckers. I hate Professor X on fucking X-Men. I like a Magneto motherfucker. He good. Magneto is a good guy. He's like a anti-villain. Um, so I usually hate that. So I didn't like Rick. I think Carol. I like Carol. Florida Evans. You know what? I've watched Good Times, but I haven't watched Good Times in a sense of like I can tell you every episode like that. I ain't really. I hated Cordelia in H. Yes, child. Cordelia got on my fucking nerves, baby. Got on my favorite character on HS is Myrtle Snow, baby. Myrtle Snow. I love Myrtle. Um, Punk ass Chauncey. Who is Chauncey? I don't remember Chauncey. Who is Chauncey? I hated Jon Snow boring ass. Drogon really should have barbecued his ass. Yeah, all that is late. Delphine was my tea. I did live for Delphine. She wasn't my she wasn't my favorite though. Delphine was a Kiki though. She was a Kiki. Um Delphine was a Kiki. She wasn't my favorite at all. I wanted to wear her out. I wanted folks to wear her out. Uh, yeah, Fiona was the person I shouldn't like that I was my sickening. I ain't like Delphine at all, girl. You a like racist bitch. But Fiona, she was kind of the villain of the show too. Not the villain, but the villain. You know what I'm saying? The irresponsible bitch. So I live for Fiona because she would read people and I live. So Fiona, but my favorite character was um what did I just say? Um Myrtle. Yeah, Myrtle Snow. I can't spend eternity here. Carol blew a child's brains out. I ain't even give Lil Stinky a chance to redemption. Yeah, pretty much. I'm okay. I this is one of the things that what I love about Game of Thrones and sometimes like Game of Thrones, my favorite character is Cersei down. I usually it depends on the motivations of the villain, but it's Cersei was my girl. I live for Cersei. At the core of Cersei, Cersei was protecting her status and protecting her family. Did you like Shane on Walking Dead? No. I liked him better than Rick, but I didn't like him. But Cersei, at the core of Cersei, she was fiercely loyal to herself, her family, herself, her family, and her status. She was like, "I'm what y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to? I'm supposed to. I was raised to protect my fucking status. Now, was she's a mean ass bitch? Yeah, sure." But at the core of her, what motivated her was something that I could see motivated me too. If I was in her position, I can see that it makes sense to me. Like I want to protect my kids, I want to protect my love. Yes, my love happens to be my brother, but we're here. That little hoe was crazy as fuck. So I usually don't like I did fuck with Megan. Is that what was Glenn baby mama name? Was it Meg? Is that her name? What was Glenn baby mama? I liked her. Maggie. Maggie. Yeah, Maggie. I did like Maggie. I did like Maggie. Carl got on my nerves, child. Carl got on my nerves. I kind of like the black girl who ended up dying, who ended up they ended up turning her into a zombie. Um, I hated that black preacher dude. I hated him. Um, yeah, I hated that shit. Sasha, I did like Sasha. Um, whoever that black preacher dude, I hate it. I hate his character. But I usually hate all religious characters, unless they evil. Unless they're unapologetically evil religion. Um, then it's funny. Um, yeah. I'm definitely a Patrice Woodbine stan. Patrice Woodbine. Is that on P Valley? Is that Patrice Woodbine on P Valley? Is that what we talk about? She's evil religious icon. No, I don't fuck with her. No, I haven't. I tried to watch Midnight Mass and I just couldn't get into it. It's a couple of shows that I was like, oh, I can't get into this. This is I tried and I'm bored. If I get to honey episode 3 and 4, and baby, I'm not bit by the bug, baby, I'm out. That's actually why it took me forever to get into Game of Thrones. When I first started watching Game of Thrones, girl, this ain't getting good till it didn't start getting really fire until season 3. I want to say it was cool, but and I understand why, because in the beginning it was some shit that happened to keep you. paying attention, but it was a lot of fucking talking. I'm like, all these damn conversations, shit. What the fuck is going on? But as you keep going, you realize you need to for what to happen next to be juicy and the stakes be high. You need to understand all of this shit. You need to understand Ned. You need to understand the kind of man Ned was in order for you to get how all of this shit makes sense. How do we get here? Like you needed all of the you need to know who the Starks are. You need to know the type of family they were, the type of man Ned was, and all that kind of stuff. You needed it. And so I didn't I didn't realize in the beginning. But once I started getting into it, I was like, oh, this is why I needed that. I needed to know how all this shit works. Definitely a slow burn. Midnight Mass. Yeah. I tried to watch. I think I watched 2 episodes. I was like, girl, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Game of Thrones was episode 3 and 4 when it got H9. What does H9 mean? Yeah, so me, it wasn't until I want to say season. It definitely wasn't the first and second season. It was cool enough for me to stay, but it was a lot of fucking talking, child. It was a lot of what's girl. Keep going. My homegirl's like, keep going, just keep paying attention. And then once I got to halfway season 2 and then season 3, I was like, oh, I'm invested. I'm invested in what's going on now. Mm. Maybe I'm not saying season. Maybe I do mean episodes. Maybe I do mean episodes instead of seasons. But I don't know. I don't remember the first season that was turning. It may be episodes, episode 4 or 5. Maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. But I know it I had to struggle through them first earlier things. Each season was a different book. Yeah. I wanted to see how different it was from the book. Mm. Usually if I read a book, I don't like it because usually a book is what has way more detail and nuance and you get way more of the details of the story and the people. Whereas so it makes it quite obvious when they lack the depth of the story. And so it usually doesn't make it as good as my mind made it when I read it. Because I'm using my mind and my imagination and my lived experience, and I'm making it better than what the show does. And so, yeah. We got introduced to white workers within the first couple of episodes. Yeah, so it might have been episodes instead of seasons. Maybe not. What season did the red wedding happen? What season did they cut Ned head off? What season did they kill Ned? What season was that? Okay, Google. What season on the Game of Thrones did they kill Ned Starks?
Ned Stark is killed in season 1,
So I
episode
must be
9.
so I must be talking about episodes. So yeah, so by episode 4, I think you're right. Right. So that means I'm not talking about season. I'm saying season wrong. By episode 4, that's when I was like, ooh, I'm invested. Because episode 1 and 2 was, oh Lord, what's going on? Yeah, I'm like, oh Lord, this is so much. So yeah, I think it was episode 3 and 4 where I was like, oh Lord, this is boring as hell. Why are you having me watching this shit? And my homegirl was like, girl, you got to keep going. Because they were already on season 5 when I started. They were coming up on season 5 when I started watching the show. So they had, what season was Hodor? The season after Hold the Door, Hold the Door, Hold on. That season when they revealed why he was saying, hold on. Whatever season that was, I started watching the season after that. Okay, Google. What season of Game of Thrones does turn into the third three-eyed raven? Bran.
In Game of Thrones, Bran Stark officially becomes the new three-eyed raven in season 6, episode 5, titled *****The Door. During this episode, the Night King attacks the cave of the previous three-eyed raven. Before being killed, the old raven transfers the remaining knowledge and the mantle to Bran.
So yes. Yeah, so I started like right at, it had to be season what was I watching that I was like, "Oh, this is fire." I think it was because I wasn't into the show. So when she was saying Hodor and she was gagging at that, I wasn't watching it yet. So whatever. So I had to get in it when they were already at season 6. So when they were going into 7 or got finished with season 6, something with it. They just said 6. So yeah. So that's when I got in it and I was able to binge watch it all the way through. The Beauty on Netflix is kind of gaggy too. The Beauty. Same as me. I started with everybody was on season 5. Which I'm glad. This is the gag. Is I was telling my homegirl because she was pissed at the last season, but I'm gagged that I didn't start. You get what I'm saying? Imagine being invested in the show for the 8 years it was on, and then that ending. Boom. So I didn't have to worry about that because I was just getting into it. So I didn't waste 8 years just for it to fizzle out like that to end like that. Because I was pissed off at the ending. I can only imagine if I had been going through. And then if I remember, they took 2 years to do that last season where they took a year, like 2 years off before you get to the next season or something. I can't remember what happened with that last one where we waited so long for that last one. The concept is so cringe, but the story is captivating. What is the concept about? The journey on the King's Road to King's Landing was what got me. They do poor little Rick so bad. Child, it was an STD that make bitches fine as fuck. Really? Interesting. So you got a disease when you find when you get the disease, you become a bad bitch. Word. I hate that they canceled the show called Power. There was a show called Power that I really enjoyed it. Like the women were getting powers. When they hit puberty, they get powers. And I think because of the conservative lean, it got canceled. Not you become fine just because you. So you see somebody pretty, you like, oh, they got you, girl. That is kind of funny. That is funny. What what channel is that on? It's on Amazon. The Beauty on is it on Amazon? Is that where the show is streaming? I just currently binge watched Fallout all the way all yesterday. Fallout is so good. Ryan Murphy is behind it. Oh, of course. I canceled my Hulu, so I have to watch it on some other kind of piracy apps because I'm not giving them my money. Fuck them. Yeah, I was gonna pirate if I feel like in the show, but I just fucking binge watched Fallout and I loved it. Fallout was so good. The season just I don't know if it just started. I don't know when it came out, but it was number one yesterday, so it must have just came out. But I binged it and it was so good. It was my sickening. Non-stop watching. I didn't skip any episodes. Just went through the whole 8 watching. I lived. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna watch Wonder Man. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna watch the Testaments. But all right, y'all. I'm getting up out of here. We've been on for 4 hours. Y'all have a wonderful night, and I will see y'all next week. And remember, I'm having the Chasing Thread episode is coming out, and the new episode of Watch the Play. So yeah, we talk about should get heated, honey. 2026, baby. Bree is not, honey. Bree has been 2 episodes. She done had an attitude with Jay, honey, and so, honey, they get to arguing and doing all kinds of stuff, child. It was, honey. It has been getting hype. She said, I cut it out of the episode because there's certain conversations that I feel like is just privy to us. But honey, she told Jay, honey, this last episode, she told Jay in the conversation, she said, sweetie, I'm tired of just sitting back and letting you confuse me, child. I'm sitting back, let me know when y'all confuse me and then you go on your damn rant, child. And I was like, ooh, I was like, oh, she was like, yeah, I've been doing that. She was like, I'm not gonna do that no more. So they have been really clashing for the past 2 episodes. Not in a like, it ended up being loving and we end up going forward, but it be arguing. I'd be like, oh, child, this is like, so I'm like, oh, it is what it is, baby. To keep some excitement. So yeah, be on lookout for that. It's probably gonna go up tomorrow when I get up. All right, I'll take a shot of whatever Bree says, honey. Jay reminds me of Transminder from Spellman Z. Well, all right. I will talk to y'all later. Make sure you thumbs up,